nothing untouched. We are Spoon 107.5 FM. From the top of Wologisi to the beaches of Maryland, we cover Liberia like nobody else does. This is Spoon 107.5 FM.
Yes, I. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you and know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat Cape Town, congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? This one you back today.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
This one you back today.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Ba. Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment.
Kua. Bese kua, kudileo. Kua, kudileo.
To the spoon to get
Yes, I
your
do.
information.
Yes, I. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you and know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepa, gradually, my brother, don't spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, tuto spoon. Yeah, tuto spoon. You wanna get a news update, tuto spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today?
Spoon TV.
Yes, what you got today?
Spoon TV. Spoon Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment.
And so we are back here again, another night in Liberia. Today we did witness the occurrence of the rainbow. You know, it's been a while, it's been a minute since I saw the rainbow, and this one, as always, it looks beautiful. And I did see a lot of pictures on social media as well. But whatever it is, you're welcome. This is the Spoon Talk on the Spoon Network. We're live on Spoon 107.5 FM, Fabric 101.1 FM, and of course on our online outlets, Fabric TV, Spoon TV, Super TV, and on YouTube, our handle is Spoon Talk. So for those of you watching us all around the world, we'd love to say good morning, a pleasant afternoon, and pleasant night to you, depending on where you watching us from. To all my folks across the country, pleasant night. Today is Thursday, the 26th day of September, 2024. A lot happening in the country. Two major events occurred yesterday, one in the US, one in Liberia. Yesterday, President Joseph Boakai addressed the United Nations General Assembly as president of the Republic of Liberia for the first time, and his speech has been scrutinized across all sectors and facets of society. Liberians have been going through the president's speech, whether for delivery, whether for substance, whichever metrics you want to use. But there's been this huge debate, that whether or not the president was making an international PR report there at the United Nations, and hence his return. What is expected once the president returns to the country? Remember, President Boakai, amongst the many points he highlighted in his speech, spoke on the fight against corruption. The president said his government is fighting corruption, making sure to bring about accountability and transparency. But there are names within his government that have been, accused, serious allegations of corruptions, scandals against individuals in his government. Upon his return, what is the president going to do? Is he going to settle this long-standing DLDEA suspension? Since the president spoke about combating drugs in the country, he also called for international help during his 15 million plus delivered yesterday at the United Nations General Assembly. President Boakai also used that time to announce Liberia's bid for Africa's slot there non-permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council, highlighting we as a country, we've had our own fair share of troubles. We've been able to navigate those turbulent waters. We've contributed to peacekeeping missions, and will be a good addition on the United Nations Security Council there for 2 years. Well, whichever way, whichever substance, whichever grading metrics you use to, give a scorecard to President Boakai on yesterday, key amongst all of what he said is the fact that Liberians are awaiting the president's return and see what actions he will take to match those words he delivered on yesterday. The other tsunami thing that happened, the former finance minister, Samuel Tweah, arrived in country yesterday. He did make a lengthy Facebook post, uphailing the justice system, says he's ready to defend himself against these bogus charges. There's been, two sides of the debate. Those who are for, Samuel Tweah should have been, handcuffed, taken to the police station, then taken to court, get a mugshot of him, get a prep walk, and all of these things. And there are others who have said, well, the good thing is he's in the country. Whatever dealings were done, it represented what our legal jurisprudence provides. And he made bail $8 million United States dollars. What do you want?
just a 1 minute of him in handcuff, or you want him to go face those charges, and if he's found guilty, face the full weight of the law? Which do you prefer? He being away and not facing those charges, or coming and not being handcuffed and facing those charges? Whichever way you put it, he's in country. The trial is slated to begin on the 12th of November. Whether his legal team are going to file for a change of venue, that remedy is available to them according to our criminal procedures here in the country. Whether or not we'll maintain Monrovia as the venue of this landmark trial, well, that remains to be seen. But he's in country. He says he's ready to face those charges, and the prosecution better be ready to bring a very, very tight case against the former finance minister. So a lot of other things happening in the country. We'll open the phone lines for Liberians to tell us what's on their minds, But key amongst those things, the president's speech, Samuel Tweah's arrival in the country, and amongst other things as well. Who's celebrating today? Eric McGill says, today is my birthday, Diamond. Please announce that today is my birthday. Happy birthday to you, Eric McGill. We wish you all of the best, my September brother. You're just 3 days after mine, so we are all Libras. Happy birthday to you. Philip Bala, hope you're doing great. Ama Sambola, watching us from St. Paul's Bridge, Montserrat County. Hope you're doing wonderful. Wilmot ST Knuckles is watching us from Knoxville, Tennessee. Hope you're doing wonderful as well. Sonny Tugbe is watching us from New Jersey. Aliu Adama, how are you? Bendu Masakwe following us from Maryland, the USA. Habaku, okay, your name just, okay. G Habaku Boye is following us as well. Frank Duan, how are you? Watching us from Russia? Interesting. Vasco D. Weaver, how are you doing? The birthday man, Eric McGill, wish you all the best. Eva Jala Richardson, hello. D. Steve, hope you're doing wonderful. Where are the YouTube folks as well? Eric McGill is watching us via YouTube. Let's see who else. Emmanuel Tawe, great job, is watching us from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, if the SD stands for that. Hope you're doing wonderful. We're looking for YouTube folks. Joseph Colley is watching us from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Who's here again? Watching via YouTube. YouTube people, you comment before you say we can call you. Lydia Kennedy, hope you're doing wonderful. Watching us from Pennsylvania via YouTube. Okay. Seku Kuroma, watching us from Germany. Hanan Dorian is also following us via YouTube. Per Campbell, I'll leave that for Dwalu. Serena Doki is watching us via YouTube. Alo, how are you doing? Watching us from his little corner there in the township of Johnsonville, and the rest of the folks. Okay, so now we see the YouTube folks are commenting. We know how to get them out. But we'll be going to the phone lines for you to tell us what's on your minds. We'll have the local calls first, and then we'll move to the WhatsApp number, 1 minute per caller. Let's, stick to the time so that we can get as many Liberians, telling us what's on their minds as well. Blamoto, why I left Pearly Pearl for Dwalu? Well, the answer will definitely come once Dwalu appears on the show. If not, no greeting for her. Let's go to the phone lines now and take this first person here. Hello?
Even to you.
Hello? Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm wonderful. And let me say thanks to you on the phone talk. And let me say good evening or good morning to the panelists. Work beside the hand with the former CEO of Spoon. Lambo Stoughton is another Spoon. So even though you ship I think what is on my mind for my name is Mohammed Incarnation, member of the Unity Party Response team from 2016 Balasa Government in Douala.
Y'all get responding to?
My brother, we have responding from the rescue mission angle.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Why are Una Avenue? Because I remember during the CDC time, it used to be Do Community. So why are Una Avenue?
Well, thank you. Our avenue is on PSP Lamaya.
Okay.
Thank you. What is on my mind? I have very serious issue with the disaster management team. What besides the director himself on a possible degree. Recently he came on the air. He have the media press briefing as Minister of Information that they are going to give. Give 4 months of food distribution pay to with the flood victims. Okay, and then my brother, can you imagine they've been falling since almost 1 week ago. The 45-hour package that they sending to us for the next 4 months we want to appeal to the director, the executive director, Honorable Dube, okay? Because currently we can't appeal to him and the SP people then.
Okay.
To see us for them to really wish to all with the for the father I didn't pay.
All right, sir.
Since then, if they want to stay giving all some of hard time, calling on the office to see us there for them to recheck by their account to see out there for all the people benefiting back from the political aspect.
Thank you. Message well spoken out. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you. All right, so let's take this next person here. 077771075 055101075. Pleasant night to you. How are you?
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Mo Bobo, calling from District Mofo, Ministerial County.
Mo Bobo.
My talking point going to some of the panelists there. You see, in Liberia here, other people talking about Jose Iman Boga was talking about drugs. Brother, we the one that live around things there. I live right around Coca-Cola factory. You used to walk here during 2023. You will see the men all around in the net smoking from place to place. But this time, my brother, let me be frank with people. To see that people now outside is very difficult for you to just see the way they used to group themselves to the various store then when you go into Ominga market there. Okay. It used to be difficult, but now you can see them. Even the police taking patrol in the net. So the government is working. Let's be real. Government, the police taking patrol in the night. We said right side the road. I do private security work. Every time we sitting right side the road, we see the way the police people taking patrol. Even some afraid to move in the net because they say the patrol can get there. Let's be real. The government working.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome. All right, there you have it. 077771075 05551101075. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Where are you joining us from?
I'm June Quido, joining you from Central Dubogo.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, on my mom's doing that about CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just got a problem with the former CEO.
Mm.
Then he should not be a serving that CEO on our store. He'll be violating my kind of on the position. You know, most CEO, they don't be calling you CEO, please.
All right, we hear you. All right, so that's what's on his mind. Let's take this next person here. Hello.
Hello, Damo. Good evening.
Pleasant night to you, sir. Where are you joining us from?
Thank you. My name is Segum Vana. I'm calling from Baji. Damo, I want to tell my President Bakai, thank you yesterday for that wonderful speech yesterday. The speech was excellent. But Damo, let me say this to Saint Jazzy on Spoon Talk. Saint Jazzy is supposed to be a role model. He's supposed to be a grandpa, father, and mentor. But unfortunately, nothing in you resemble that. You know, where they see you doing there. Papa, your own time finish. This is our own turn. So let me tell you, you can cry over there like you can on as a Jazzy. The government will never call you for work. Not working in the government.
All right.
People, so you can throw energy. So that's it for me. It was excellent. Nothing yesterday was inside. You take away. Then you talk about the paper. You can.
All right. If it is saying your own.
No, I was about them. Very way.
Or Yahoo, your anger small.
That way, one see the paper will tell you something.
You say your own message. Who they say if you only never say your own. Let's take this person here. Hello. Hello, you live. Hello.
Good evening, Damo.
How are you, sir? Let's hear you out.
I'm okay. Thank you so much. This is CDC Papi Social Case. I do join you from the Avenue Honorable Josiah Mervyn Cole, Chairman of Rules and Order Administration, the 55th Legislature.
Oh, you get one avenue?
Yeah. Honorable Josiah Mervyn will have an avenue in Queensland, have an avenue in one county.
Oh, nice. Go ahead.
Thank you. Let me say kulo to the panelists and let me say to we the Liberian people, more especially the civil servant. I'm on a Masari, I'm on a vote.
At this time now, we're supposed to be talking about the Christmas salary, not to remove the people from on payroll. And also, and I'm going to two panelists on this platform, which is Fadida one and also Duale. You know, this is Liberia. Fadida is there, but Sion Borough Duale is not in Liberia. They sit on the platform, discuss Liberia to say they know the happening here and out. We understand it must be the supporter of Unity Party. Do not mislead the people on that platform. I appreciate Stanton for a hard work doing himself as realist, even though he fights to bring this government to the power, but it's not to a expectation. They go beyond your understanding now.
Okay.
But this is government. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, CDC sources, Papa. You the one usually commenting on the live feed, right? All right. You don't sound like Papa. All right. So the WhatsApp number is pinned on the screen for those of you watching. You can use that WhatsApp number to call directly. Let's hear what's on your mind. So the WhatsApp number is on the screen. You can use that number to call in now and tell us what's on your mind. So as you call in, we'll also be taking some local calls as well with your calls via the WhatsApp number. Okay, this is a presenter's curse. The moment I said as we are with your calls are coming in. Hello.
Yeah, Dana, how you doing?
I'm pretty good, sir. How are you?
It's an opportunity to be on your show today. My name is Philip Woods, and I'm calling from the state of Pennsylvania, to be precise, in the city of Philadelphia.
Okay.
My concern in Liberia is the government and the public, they cry for a job. They want investor to come. But my take here is we got more jobs in the country. One of the first jobs in the country is the government needs to submit to insurance. The government needs to insure all her vehicles. When she insures all her vehicles, she will build the capacity of the insurance industry. Young university students will be employed by the insurance companies. We can recall that during the Doe era, insurance was booming in the country. There were so many insurance companies, so there were a lot of jobs. So my first recommendation is to call on the insurance association to have a meeting with the government so that the government be the first customer to the insurance industry. When the government does that, then the private sector, the public now can start to acquire insurance, and then you see jobs will be created.
Okay.
The first one. The second one is the Ministry of Transport has a lot of jobs. And one of the jobs is they can create a lot of jobs in the private sector. There are a lot of potential Liberians from the diaspora that are in Liberia languishing, looking for a government job. They don't need to look for a government job. The Ministry of Transport need to not privatize, but then make good use of the public-private partnership so that all vehicle registration can be done by the private sector. The public, that's how it's done in the state I live.
Okay,
the government only regulate, and the private sector do vehicle registration. That way you create jobs.
Okay.
But the next time we'll talk about it. But those are two recommendations. I hope the public can take advantage of it. Go to their lawmakers and let our lawmakers start to look into those things and let government start to insure all her vehicles so the young people can get jobs.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. Let's take this next person on the WhatsApp number. Okay, so the number is on the screen. You can use that number to call. Let's take this person via our local Lone Star line. Hello.
Yeah, Damo.
Yes, sir. You're live. Go ahead.
My name is Pato J. from R2 community.
Yeah.
The thing our mama Daniel, our road from District 7 to District 5, the road just for Damo.
Oh, Chief, let be mindful of our language now. I know you're passionate about what you want to say, but remember, you got all age groups listening. Let's just be civil about it. Go ahead.
Because I appeal the government to come rescue us because they say to rescue but that road our pepper and bitter but sporty.
What is it? District 5 between District 5 and District 7? Are you talking about Nimba County or Montserrado County? Which one?
Yeah, Nimba County, Saint Koga District. That other man, Malingo man.
No, sir. I think you being not only disrespectful but tribalist as well. Let's be civil when we have issues to discuss. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. Okay. Not to waste time, I'm calling from Abidjan this evening. I've been listening to Spoon for the past days now, and I have interest to contribute because I'm a Liberian. My name is Kamanori. Shortly, first of all, I will go to the Liberian history. 1847, you force yourself to get independent. Until you even force yourself, you kill the president Togbo, 1980. You don't know nothing about governance. You don't know nothing about leadership. And you are still killing the people you brought the native people to power, the working in the house as parliament leaders. But now they are misleading the country. They are stealing the money. They don't know about justice, no rules, people suffering. All the people that say they love Liberia down there, all the people that are talking, they will help the CDC or non-CDC or UP or ANC. All the people, they are rogues. They don't have interest in our country, most especially the House of Parliament. They are all rogues.
Okay,
Look
sir.
at what yes, that's my opinion. Nobody love that country. These people, they are rogues.
All right,
Look
sir.
at
Thank
Samuel
you.
Tweah.
Thank you.
Let me just small minute. Samuel Tweah stole 500 million.
It's not proven that he stole 500 million. It's an allegation. It's your opinion, but you should come to the table with facts as well. He's not convicted of any crime. It's an allegation. So let's stick to it like that. All right. 0777-771075, 000101075. The WhatsApp number is on the screen for you to call and tell us what's on your mind. Hello. Let's go to the local line and take this person. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you out, please. What's up?
I'm highly suspecting and expecting a major reshufflement in this government. Or Jesus' network blessing will not succeed. For Jesus' network blessing to succeed, it is bound to do major reshufflement in the government to keep the candle burning. Spoon FM.
What are those reshuffles you looking to see? Who are those the people should drop and who you should add according to what you anticipate?
Okay. Minister of Commerce and Ministry of Labor. Those three, they are the major ones for me. Spoon FM, the people's station, my station, everybody's station. Wow. Good night.
Thank you. Whenever you call, it makes it sound like a jingle. Let's go back to the WhatsApp line and take this person. Hello.
Hey, Diamond, how you doing? This is Jerry. I'm calling from New Jersey.
Jerry, I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the program. You're one of my favorite on the show.
Thank you.
Diamond, I want to appeal to the CEO to please be tolerant with his followers in the comment section. Look, if we're going to criticize other people, not everybody that will watch the show that will agree with the CEO or the panelists on the show. You guys should not focus on this in the comment section. Leave those who will disagree with you instead of you blocking everybody. Spoon Talk, the Liberian people, we the Liberians, we love this program. It informs all about our country, more especially those who live in the diaspora. Not everybody will agree with you. Mr. CEO, station, please leave the comment section. You guys should stop blocking us.
Okay, sir.
Because sometimes, yes, please ask the CEO to unblock everyone. Please, man, we love the show. Thank you.
All right, I'll forward that message. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's take this person here. Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir. You're welcome. Let's hear you out.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I'm Johnny John. I'm calling you specifically from Garden Tree.
Okay.
I would like to let the Liberian people to know that most of the problems here, we may just sit and blame politicians. But I solely blame these people who are running behind them, clapping their hands, praising them, and what have you, don't know what they are doing. They love to do better than they themselves. That is evidence of the fact that a lot of them, the politicians are directing their movement in this country. They are telling the supporters that they are stupid. And because they are stupid, they feed on them. They play on them. They see their resources. They see everything from them. Yeah, we say wrong behind it. Whether being a unity party, whether being a CDC, and any other party in this country. And like now, we don't know what we really want. We don't have our own ability of thinking. It's all the Liberians. We just say, oh, the youth are in majority, but apparently the youth are working on their brain in this country.
Okay, sir.
Okay? How would I support Daniel, say now in that studio, Daniel does not care for me, you don't care for your family. You are behind him. In the night I come, my family don't have food to eat. Then I will face it and blame the other, officials.
All right.
That is very unfair. They will begin, to start acting like they don't think rightly for ourselves. Therefore, we will not go anywhere.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
We are not able to make a decision. I think that is not good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Boomberger, what's up with you, Chief?
I'm super, man. I'm here. I'm quiet. I'm good, Tama. How you doing?
I wonder.
Tama, I like your background, man. I need that background here. I'm trying to get that background.
You want to take away the nice view? The view that you got, you want to take away that view?
That this view nice?
Yeah.
This is good?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. But leave me alone, man. Look at Dwalu show your hair all that. I'm gonna bring it on. Leave me alone, man, Dwalu. No, but seriously, is this better though?
Yeah, the background is nice. You already got a customized spoon talk.
Yeah, I got this, right?
Yeah, so if you change the background and try to do the same thing, the whole thing will just look kind of one way,
Yeah. But I like that background, man. That one, seriously. I'm trying to do something here. I'll see whether I can change my location and find a background that I can, or something. But I really do. I like that background, Damo. I like the spoon background.
Yeah. Hey, let to put into vote. You always like
Damo. What CDC Papa say I do?
But remember that leader CDC Papa alone by. The people coming, they're coming for you though. Seriously.
You can sit in America, you far from the reality on the ground. You can just make comments and then I make accusation against you. Yeah.
Now another thing, leader Dwalu, help me here. My whole screen just like zoom out. The screen here, it's not like the normal front,
Maybe somebody else a computer Control and Plus.
I'm gonna do Control and Plus. What I mean?
Yeah. Stick your hand on the control, then you stick your hand on the plus key.
I mean, I gotta spoil my computer here. Oh, but Dama. Oh, it doing something. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, working.
Yeah, but Stanton.
Hey, but they got come to disturb me.
That noise can be coming from you. If you get rid of that noise, it will go a long way. You get some kind of noise are always in your background. Either you get something on.
You get monitoring for another device.
Yeah,
I'm not monitoring for any device. Leave Dwalu alone. Dwalu trying to turn my volume up, leave me alone. That one, you're a very smart man. It works. Seriously. James and myself, James are very bad again. He just see you send me the laptop, I will face it.
Yeah, go pull it and come out.
He's very bad. He just see you go to DHL and just send me the laptop, let me face it, I'll bring it back. Easy, it's done. It's done, folks. It's done. I'm gonna thank you. You will get your gift. You get your gift. It's coming. Mr. Dwalu and the peoples. Tomorrow you get your gift. Just go to the basement office. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. you champion. And tomorrow, the 27th on Friday, go there, you get your usual gift. Dwalu, what's up, man?
I can't complain, Stanton. I can't complain. But I know we got to.
Sorry, Dwalu. I'm sorry. When we get Minister Cooper Cry, is he coming on? I see that you said his name up.
Oh, we're anticipating something of that nature, but I don't know.
Okay, so let me know. I don't know. But Mr. Dwalu and the peoples, my man, put S to the people, man. Mr. Dwalu and the peoples. We want to say thank you very much.
Listen, I'm not asking about Tupac. When you say the peoples, You were talking about different group of peoples. The people of Sierra Leone, the people of Guinea. I'm talking about the people of Liberia. So that one people.
We're talking the whole region. Mr.
No.
Dwado and the peoples.
No.
And you know, when you fighting everybody battle. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know we cannot take fraud to a beauty pageant. You know that. But we are here to serve you today. Uncle Pete, the man from all counties, watching from Minnesota on this cold, nice Thursday weather. We want to say welcome to the show, Uncle Pete. Abraham Kane, welcome. Gamen Geflor, welcome, my sister Gamen. Mohammed Santa Samba, welcome. Ibrahim Sean Williams, thank you very much. Fede Bala, as always. Morris Cody, Amelia Atia, 40 and Neil, Dempster Girl. We want to say welcome to all of you. The best you can do right now is to share the Spoon Talk. A lot is coming up today. That much import President Barker and Joseph Body and Joseph Barker picture up for the UN. It took picture not too long. Okay. But again, we want to say to you, we ain't worried about what people will say. And, you know, listen, folks, listen. We are here to tell you the truth, nothing but the truth. The only person you must listen to on the show, that's Stanton Witherspoon. Don't listen to Dwadu, don't listen to nobody. Just listen to me. The only person you listen to on this spoon, that spoon. You have to. You have to listen to me. Because I make them happy and I make them cry. Because I tell them I bring people the truth. They will come and curse, but I say tell them the truth. They will get fed, but I will say tell them the truth because we love Liberia. We do. In everything, we love Liberia. Listen, Dwadu, I know we got small time before the group come on Dwadu. Let's enjoy ourselves. This issue of public work. I will be talking about the public work ministry. It's crashing. Public work, the ministry is crashing. Public work, ministry, minister fighting deputy minister, the back, something similar that they used to do to LDEA. That's what happening. Today, the president and all his people that travel in have a big meeting today, a very big meeting, a long meeting today. They were going up and down, having a big meeting today, trying to make decisions. But when the center cannot hold, things fall apart. When the center cannot hold, when you cannot glue it together, everything go chaka chaka.
And there's one reason for that, though. That's a reason why.
Why, Mr. Dwadu? Why?
Thank you. In the beginning, there were a lot of accusations being thrown around. Now, I'm going to make this disclaimer. I cannot substantiate this, but this is what we heard in the public space. That some of the appointments were being made by different individuals, and those individuals did not have the loyalty to the person where they only had the loyalty to the person that sent them there. So if you are my boss and you are the Minister of Public Works, and I was sent there by Senator Dillon or sent there by another person, when you want to ask them, get it from him, and now you send me here. I'm talking to that person on that side. So the hierarchical structure of the organization is not stationed in a way where it's going from top down, but rather it's lateral movement. People just doing their own team. Get it from him, get it from him. The president got to get a hold of that. You got to get a hold of that. It is his responsibility to make sure that it's happening.
So let me ask you a question. Yeah. We're not going to get into everything, right? Yeah. But why are you saying the president decided that I will give the minister I have appointed power to appoint the deputy, the assistant, and to have their own people at that ministry? Most of them were appointed or nominated or recommended by directors and ministers that were appointed or nominated by the president. Why do you think so?
Yes,
was that a good idea?
No, that's a very bad idea. Yes, one of the fatal flaws of our institutions in the country. If I'll give you an example. If a typical institution is presented, for me personally, the president should only appoint 2 people in a ministry. It should be the minister and the deputy. Everybody else is supposed to be a civil servant that understands the culture of that organization. But when the president is almost appointing 10, 15 people at the top, it kind of takes away the cohesion from that organization. Now, if to say it's a brand new organization every single time, we continue to make this mistake. The president will appoint the minister, the director, this person. Look, civil service organization, every entity in the government should function whether the minister there or not, because everybody there been there for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. That's how it's supposed to be. But when Central becomes president, Dualu becomes president, I will take out everybody from the top and bring new people. I don't understand the intricacies of that organization, how that organization functions. It will take me some time. By the time I realize it, 6 years over. And then we achieve nothing. That's what's been happening.
So, Dama, you've been following the appointment process. Guys, this show going to start 9 p.m. Remember, we're going to do all our yama here, okay? We got big story on public work, on Amin Boda is coming up again, on Double Jala, the decision the president need to make, okay? The decision is a left-hand decision that the president need to make. It's affecting the Unity Party as a party, and it is affecting the government. Abdullah Kamara, we just thought that Abdullah Kamara ate money only from the LTA, but Abdullah Kamara ate money from this government too. He scammed this government over $1.5 million, this Abdullah Kamara, right, on what the president termed that train the youth. That way you know that story. And again, what happened here and there, he trained only but few people for 10 days. The math is not adding up.
Where did he train them?
But hold on, my man, my headline getting back. The math is not adding up. Abdullah Kamara left from there and went to Lepteco, and he presented the same Tamax company deal for another grant and loan.
Thank you.
It was chopping in every aspect by Abdullah. That will put my picture up now. That your friend, I beg you that your friend, just put it up today. I beg you. So we are in. Listen. When we come on the show to speak of what we know, we are not speaking to please anybody. We're only speaking for you to be informed that President Boyka is in trap. The president is in trap. The president, he has been so cornered. And I want you to share the show. I will keep all my story and all my document if you don't share the show. You must share this program. It's the biggest today. You must go on Facebook and you got to tell me that you did. Leroy Johnson, you're always welcome to the show. Freeman, you're always welcome. Marianne, Siki, listen, whether you like it, once you come on Spoon, just share.
Send your lie.
What did I do?
The president was not trapped. Nobody trapped the president. The president continues to entrap him.
How you from my own lie now?
Yeah, your own lie. Nobody trapped the president.
But my own, but that's not fair. The mess. I thought we're not charging each other for lie on this show, my brother. So
sorry, you tell story. You tell story. Look, Dama Slinger and Slinger, they crown ball. He president of the Republic of Liberia. Dama, do I get entrap you? Answer me, my being.
Ask the question again.
Okay, Dama and Slinger, president. Dun, 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 dun. Republic of Liberia. I got a question there. Where done, Dama?
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
How will I entrap you? You tell me, say, Dwalu, the road between Moria and Zwedru, I want it paved. They do all the map. They say that 10 million. It reach, and you give it to me. I whack the map. Then I'm sitting down there. Then they put it, the president, how can you pave our road? Then he said, Dwalu, entrap me. Again, oh?
No. But Dwalu, though, Dama, right? Dama. We didn't even start the show yet that Dwalu is attacking my integrity. A very perfect religious man like me, right? Man of no fault, man of no sin, right? But I stay calm and say, Lord, yeah, I am, forgive me. I have sinned against thee. I have done something, right? Intentionally or unintentionally, right? I have done something willfully or unwillfully, and I have come to Christ every day to say, Lord, forgive me. Yeah, I am. I'm your child. Turn not thy face away from me. Oh, Lord. Yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, yea, though I walk through scorpions and serpents, I fear not evil, because the Lord is with me. His rod and staff that comfort me, because he prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness, and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And that's why we are here to tell the Liberian people. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow Liberia. Listen, we were friends when we came to power. Let's see whether we get to the end. People say, but stand on CDC were praying for you to go to jail. But now it looks like Unity Party, some of the folks are praying for you to go to jail.
You got to pray harder.
But they got to pray harder, because surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I will come and speak the gospel of transparency. I will come and speak the gospel of redemption. I will always speak the gospel of truth, because only the man that know wickedness can talk about wickedness. So I will say to all of you, share the program. It's going to be a big one today. Do you know the fight between Prince Tamba and Roden Guinness is getting serious? Prince Tamba. This is Roden Guinness, the public work minister. Do you know Unity Party people just... No, keep Roden Guinness there for a minute. Keep Roden Guinness there.
I'm going to take your knee from there before they say that you.
Oh, yeah, no. But I'm going to bring a picture that small. But that's okay. Roden Guinness, right? Roden Guinness, to tell you the truth, he has been a colossal failure. Okay? And it's getting serious, folks. And now, because of misappropriation, when I come on the show, Duadu, allow me to see Duadu face down, please. When I come on the show, Duadu, right? And I point to somebody, that's the reason why I always point to certain individual in the government. And what I am about to share, I'm about to send it to you, Duadu. Say you alone on the show. I would not put it in the chat room. Because we have Fadiga in the chat room, we don't trust him. So I will send it to you.
Speedy recovery, said the man said the thing that you been.
No, man, thank God malaria will take the man over. I hope the malaria will keep it.
Malaria? That's what the man said.
Yeah, what happened is that
shall we go to Labro? Where you Fadiga?
No,
man.
They've
been talking for days. They sustain pressure. Getting malaria.
No, but that's the issue though.
A new science?
If you're no, Duadu. You know what the woman used to say, right?
Yeah.
If your woman pregnant, you get sick. If your girlfriend pregnant, you get sick. This guy, girlfriend went to Jamila Hospital. She had a 1 p.m. appointment, right? She went there, and it was confirmed that yeah, she's pregnant for Fadiga. So Fadiga, I mean, that's the truth. I know because he told me. Fadiga told me. So I mean, I'm not going to wish Fadiga well. He will get well. I mean, if he tired, he can come out to Liberia. Nobody deported him from America. He get his citizenship. He can come by any time. So the man was sick. So he will get so corner, and how he's happy. Then he'll be sleeping. That's a transfer sign and symptom to the man. But don't talk to me about. But why you always doing this to me, Daddy? Why you always getting me in situation? You don't do this. I beg you.
No problem.
The man was sick.
Little Stanton, you know. When people say something and Santa is 100% right, we all have sinned. We are not perfect. But if we went with that standard, I mean, nobody will ever be able to come on the airwave and critique anything that's happening in our country. You know, some of you would get in our inboxes and say, oh, this person, look, what kind of man that living on the planet that you have not done anything wrong? You just have to, look, at the end of the day, if we went by that standard, I mean, we're not talking about Liberia. And here's my thing. Well, the day I made a mistake, I will come here and say, listen, Badu, I mess up. I'm not infallible. But until I mess up, my mom was here. And we were talking. If you're not like leading people money. Leading people money. This country, look, Stanton, we're getting old. We are almost 50 years old. Waiting, we get to show Liberia. Stanton, the thing is, it can keep me all at night. Because we are continuing to burden the future generation with things that we are not doing in the present. How much money does one man need? Sometimes when I say this, I read a media, and then the last time I said no talking, is do I want crowd? Something that we are saying we talking to. I read not one crowd, but you say, hey, I be making crowd. I don't know because when you look behind, my brother said no in the airway. He said I saw sugar in Weber, so he understands the nitty-gritty of our country. And in 2024, there's no attempt to truly change it. One man wants to do something, drive something that he cannot ordinarily afford. Don't tell me about this and that. Take your 5G, take your 7G, live whatever you want to live with, and take the people's money and put it into the people's business. It's not too much to ask. Go say cool. Say the meeting is gonna hustle again right now. One day, we don't believe it. I got my beginning. I say, my ma, they go in the bush, they bring the coal, we sell it wholesale. You can make some 400 USD per day in business good. So there are different options you can employ, but you must be taking the people money. You must be taking the people money. And when you look at what you're say to them, man, you must have to go to Liberia. You will get tired. I don't drive as
far. But who they got you use? Because I put my saying that team, I bought 5 keke.
Yeah.
My man, I can see one of the keke. I sent a guy in the bush, right? 1,000 US. They started with 1,000 US. I see one drag kappa today. So who the people you using?
The first time I bought 5 motor, but at the beginning, lick me. But there's the problem. When they lick you, you gotta learn from it. So when they lick me, and yet the mistake most people make. If my begin Damon lick me, like, bro, Damon, sorry. Don't get rid of Damon. Come back to Damon. Bring Damon back. Damon will feel like he owes you certain loyalty that he's already taken away. He's trying to replenish that loyalty. And what I can do, I can call the wives and I call the children, and I get some kind of contract. I will send you the copy. The contract is not a contract that the court be able to enforce. It's the contract of conscience. It told me one more to put that contract, only 1 page. The way I put the contract together, when you're ready to steal, it can make you jack. Because common follow inside the contract. And your wife, so now the women will say, the other contract of me, I won't sign it because I don't trust the male. I can force them to sign that contract. And I always give it to them 50-50. Anything we make, you take 50%, I take 50%. No cheating is up. So some people still run away. But I got enough on the ground now. What my beginning, they eating inside, but they still bringing the thing what I want for them to bring.
I mean, because God, listen, man, God will bless you. Somebody will throw you 500 here, 200 there. And I like the concept, right? But Damon can bear with me. So I would say this. At the time we were blessed, we're always blessed. And Damon, what did we do? We said we loan everybody to get a car. People wanted to run taxi, run something, right, Damon? And everybody had a share. But they never came back. They never came back to something. I went to Liberia. All my men here, man, what you want to do? What you want to do? What you want to do? All my men, keke. The other guy said the only thing I call business.
Yeah.
He said you don't even have to buy the pickup. I just want $1,000. I can tell you in 2 weeks. I go in the interior, I come back, I will pay you $1,000, then you can trust me.
Hallelujah.
Brother. I said you come back, he said I'll come back. Up to today. I never heard from that dude. 1,000, 100 brand new. I went in like, bro. The other guy came and said, you know what? The only thing I want to do, give me 5 bags of flour, 5 bags of sugar. To tell you the truth, we were sitting there on 11th Street. I think that was us. They met from nowhere. He was passing, saying something in the wheelbarrow. I said, how much you make? He said, I just do it for my susu. Because every month, so for Father, I said, Father, why? He said, US. I said, how much for all this thing? I think he said it was like $35 or something. So I said, do you sell them? He said, yeah, people can buy them. I said, so if I gave you this amount, you will come back and pay me back. He said, I'll pay you back in no time.
Yeah,
Up to this time, that's zero. But you said something. And that's why I get respect for Damon. You said something. Damon had all opportunity to leave the Spoon Network. Most of them, they were offered. Most of them were offered a lot of good stuff. They said, no, we're not leaving. They said, we're not leaving. So sometimes we go down the line and we appreciate them. We take them like our own little brothers. We take them like our own little sister. We show them, and that which is right because they are sacrificing under the rain, under the sun. Not that they are perfect. Sometimes they have for them to pick up their phone call because when they with a Jew, then they will not pick up. But and that's the relationship we have built. I will also tell you, Mr. Raw, Emmanuel Kotu, though he left, he always check on me. Or how you call it, Divine, or Joseph Sokokone. It's how you call it, Milkman. It's something. Even the young man, 2 of the young guys that passed away, Kazulu and Fidel City, they all used to call me.
It's how you treated them.
Yeah, it's how you treat them. You make them your own family. and, and they protect your back, they cover up for you, and they say, yes, this too is true. But ladies and gentlemen, we are getting to showtime. 5 minutes to showtime. 5 minutes to Spoon Talk. 5 minutes to the biggest program in the nation. We're going to talk about Leteco. We're going to talk about Amin Modai. He cleared all of his loan. The man paid. Because we found a paper, Fadiga say he's sick. Yesterday, Fadiga said the man consolidated. That lie. Now Fadiga ran away today. You know consolidation. I'm telling you. We are going to talk about the breakdown at the Public Work Ministry. Massive breakdown. The in-house fighting between Rodan Guinness and that of Prince Tamba. We're going to go back again to Double Jala. What Double Jala doing? I mean, say he won't get a car, but the person who want a car. What would the president do? Should the president take action before he go back to the country? Or the president say he want to go back to the country, then he take action? Which is which? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Spoon Talk. Let me give some time to the rest of the guys. Let it talk the Tabata before we get into the show. This is just Tabata time. Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam.
Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy, you're welcome. Stand up before I get
how you guys doing? I'm very happy. I mean, you know, I had a very long day today. And look, Stanton, you were talking about helping Liberian people. After the war, the late money where I had in the play here, you know, I decided to take some. You can talk to my banker, John B.S. Davis. You can talk to Frida Tamade. I made a lot of money in South Africa. So after the war, I decided, okay, let me go do some investment in my country to create some jobs. So the first thing I opened was ice thing, what do you call it? You know, little big black ice, right? I went to Cleveland. I bought some compression machines. I brought some stuff. It was a blast freezer, 30-ton blast freezer. Okay. Then I opened up a bakery for one of my cousins in Chocolate City. Then I had a dollar store on what's that? Kirish Rabia Ministry of Finance. Man, the ice business makes a lot of money, but the people, my family members that were running it, my man, they were giving ice to the liquor stores around there and collecting money from them on Friday. The women that were coming in, they were giving it them. They started pregnanting the market women that were buying the ice.
Oh, wow.
But we kept it going for 10 years. And I sold it to Sandro Dazo Johnson when I got sick in 2015. Ice made me, it made so much money, but it could have made so much more money if they were doing it. But I had to wake up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Me, of course, at that time I was younger, right? To go and sell the ice. The bakery, my cousin today, we build a bakery, we build a fancy bakery, you know, the fancy bakery, that whole fancy oven, right? Or to make the fancy bread. And then I bought a van for him, not van, a station wagon to deliver to supermarkets and stuff. Nothing, you know. So my Total gas station, so the United Partnership can be seen. Mr. Jackson, you can run a Total station. Stanton, I invested over $200,000 to that station, 140 into the business, and $60,000 as bond. Go ask Tom B.S. Davis. You know what I mean about doing Stanton?
Let's leave some time for the rest of the guys to talk.
I want to finish it. Give me 30 seconds. Those men they will bring 10,000 gallons. I will buy 10,000 gallons.
Oh, we're asking for 30 seconds.
Okay, 10,000 gallons. They will put 3,000 gallons in the hole and go sell 7,000 gallons on the weekend you bought. In 90 days, I lost over $90,000 in working capital, my brother. That happened to I kept it open for like 2 years, but I just kept bleeding. And I sued the people, but Liberia, you can't get nothing. So people always ask me, I've invested my own money, almost $500,000 in the country. Guess what? The small thing where I put in America, bought all the small houses during 2009 when the market was down, that the money we're living on today, and thank God. Okay?
Thank you very much, Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam, we get to it. I want to squeeze Paul Kennedy and Dr. Bopla and let it talk that Tabata.
No, let me talk about Tabata, man. I beg you, man.
Paul.
Okay.
What Tabata? I got no Tabata the dog. I hear minding my business. Why you got Tabata?
Oh, so you're not a father?
Well, being a father got to do with talking nonsense.
Sendo, let me share one quick story with you guys. There's a church. I'm not going to say the church name. I went to the church. They had an organization, had a place in Nema County. They wanted somebody to invest some money into. They had a business in Nema, a little gold mine. I gave them $5,000. They passed it and ran away. There was another guy belonged to another organization. 2,700. We bring Wawa to town, and then we make contact with the Wawa operation. Then we just bring them the supply. The guy ran away. So you will make some mistakes, but Stanton, you got to learn from those mistakes. Because Liberia is a different breeding ground. The people are not dishonest, but there is no enforcement measure. So you will lose if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, that's the problem.
Dwelu, CEO, and all my esteemed friends, Diamond, good to see everybody. To all the folks who listen and watch, appreciate you. Together, we're making a difference. You know, today I got a call, and the caller was in Colorado Springs, USA. And he said, man, you know, I see you on Spoon. Thank you for being on Spoon. I said, yeah, thanks, Spoon, for having me on the show. He said, well, you know, we got a radio station in Magibi. I hear you live in Magibi. I know you busy, you be man, everything. But maybe you can kind of one time to say something. I said, listen, when it comes to community development, all of our responsibility. No big man, small man, just community members. And they will do their own.
I agree.
Constructively, positively, and consistently, we can make a difference over time. So, you know, a lot of good things are happening on the ground. It's just that all of the foolishness overshadow it. You know, people go to sell. They're industrious. They're selling. Children go to school, then they kind of sell. They're not stealing, they're selling. They're trying to make ends meet. If we create a better climate for them, they would do better. So I just pray, you know, that you know, the one of the big news today was the IMF, you know, the EFC, the extended credit facility, you know, $200 million that are good. I will appreciate if the minister Gafan will come back and explain to Liberians what it really means. Because first of all, they're not grant that loan, a low interest loan. But second, it would be nice if you tell us where, you know, you talk generally, you know, development, economy. Tell us the particular sectors. See, that's how you do. Then you start by.
I will tell you you're talking Tabata, but you're going in a conversation.
No,
so
I'm not
no, I agree. But that you right there. Again, we want to start the show officially. It's always good to have you, Dr. Bopla. Seriously speaking, I really do. I appreciate you and Uncle Sam and the rest of the team. We're the young people, we can come here and hold our own. But you guys sacrificing every evening to help us understand the way forward. And I really do appreciate you and Uncle Sam. Thank you guys, seriously. Dama, before you leave us, what's up? Give us an update about trending issue right now in Liberia, sir.
Well, the trending news has got to do with the arrival of the former finance minister. The trial that is set to begin on the 12th of November. There's debate on whether or not, you know, he not being arrested as people thought they wanted it to have been, and what is the bigger one that the government wants to do is the persecution, and if they can persecute him beyond all reasonable doubt, what about 5 minutes of putting him in a cuff? You know, there's also debate on the president's speech at the United Nations General Assembly, whether it was more of an international PR delivery with a lot of unanswered business here on the ground. What will he do when he returns with allegations of corruption lingering around officials of his government, dubbed the Jonas by Reverend Cotto Brown? You know, there's much talk about what would the president do. Remember, similar anticipation surrounded President Weah years back when he was president of the Republic of Liberia. People were telling me when he gets back from the UNGA, there will be reshuffle and all of that. I remember President Weah said he's the captain, he's the coach. He can decide when to set player down and when not to set player down. Now when the fan be yelling, oh, yes, Elementa, you know, he made a footballing analogy at the time. But seriously, words on the ground, if President Barga does not make major decisions from now to December, is going to hurt his government, that he will not recover from that, because now with all of these allegations of corruption, he's beginning to look like a leader who takes a longer time, to make a decision. And that was also a serious criticism against the former president, George Manneh Weah, as well. So if he doesn't make those major decisions, in conformity with the law, he will be seen as weak, and that is not going to be something he will recover from.
Again, that's the voice of our producer, Diamond Slanger. Diamond, thank you very much. Working closely with the CEO, Madam Titi Conan. We appreciate you, Diamond. We appreciate the staff. And again, we want to say thank you. We're going to be getting right into the program. Like Diamond said, all this training issue will make the day. Wherever you find yourself, share the show. Invite somebody. When you're sitting somewhere, you alone get a radio, increase the volume, please. Allow other people to listen. Spoon Talk is on. And I want to take off from where Diamond left out. I want to come to you. We received information today, and we can confirm that the president engaging folks here, having meeting with folks that came with him, trying to make a decision as to whether he should step into the Amin Boda issue, the double Jala, the Abdullah Kamar, the Roden Guinness in-house fighting, and everything. Mr. Duadu, we'll pose this question. We hope we'll remain to the conversation. What do you think the president should do? Make a decision now before going back home, or go back home before making a decision, sir?
Let me answer the question this way. Samuel Johnson knows that when you become a non-commissioned officer in the United States Marine Corps, they send you to a special school for leadership. And one of the important things you learn in leadership is, if I am a leader and I designate person X to do a task, and that person goes outside the confine of that task and does something that disparages me, and that person's already made a decision. I'm not making a decision as a leader that I'm not supposed to make. If a person in the Liberian government has already made a decision to do something that is outside legality, the person has intentionally decided to disrespect you as a leader, they have made their case. If you hesitate to take an action against them, you are facilitating their effort. Honorable Baga should make an immediate decision. Every decision that is taken in the country, the person made a decision. If I make a conscious decision to steal from the Liberian government, I have made a decision myself, and it forced me as a leader to make a decision. My hesitation to make that decision facilitates that person's effort to continue to do what is wrong against the people. Honorable Baga should make a decision now. It's not something to hesitate about. It's not something to lose sleep over. Make a decision because the person's already made their decision. That's how I see things.
Thank you very much, Eduardo. A good way. Folks, again, share the show. We'll be going to you for your own comment. I want you to call in. Every day we take 20 calls. From each conversation, we want you to be part of it. Okay? It will give us the time to listen to you, or other people will take breaks. So, Uncle Sam, the decision is at the president table right now. People are saying you must act, and another group saying no. Do it when you get home. There's a catch to the different opinions and views. We will get to it. What say you? One, the president spoke about that we're fighting drugs. We'll be showing the video that people living in the graveyard. The international community watching that video. The president have his hand tied to make a decision on the LDA issue. The corruption issue have overshadowed the president's international trip, especially here to America. The whole UN thing, the corruption issue about Amin Boda, about Double Jada, about Abdullah Kamara, and the fighting at the Public Work Ministry, it have overshadowed everything you've been talking about, good or bad, on this trip. What say you, Uncle Sam?
Okay, so I don't think the president should make a decision while he's away. I think he should come and have a conversation with the affected people. And but let me tell you something I know about Joe Boyka. I met Joe Boyka for the first time in 1979 when I was director of price control. He was LPMC managing director, okay, or some hierarchy. We had a rice committee. And the meetings used to be held at the Commerce Ministry. His personality is not type A. He hardly spoke in the meeting. He hardly contributed anything. But understand he ran LPMC okay, right? So it doesn't appear to me, right? And I've known him since that time, 1979 to 2024. I haven't seen him take any decision in leadership when he was Minister of Agriculture, not as Vice President. He's not that type. So he got elected because he's a nice old man, and he needed somebody to transplant Tweah because of the propaganda that had been used against Tweah. They were looting the state and all of that. So they were. He's the Afro Baptist deacon. He's been married for nearly 50 years. He got well-mannered kids. But Joseph Boyka, that I know, I don't think he's fully in charge of the decision-making mechanism in his government. He doesn't. And that's not his nature. So I was hoping that you will have some type A personality like a John Molu and others who will go in that circle in the middle there, and they will drive the presidency, and they will make the decision, and they will force people to work and basically show what they're doing, or they will have to get out. And what you see is happening now, the avalanche against all of these bad decisions, like the hundreds of thousands to buy the 5 cars, the 285 machines, the LDAA, the fighting at the Public Works, the problem at NoCal, the thing at the Bureau of Concession. All of these things are beginning now to make this government to look very, very bad. And if we have a bad Christmas and they don't put some cash into this economy, next year, I expect it to be a bad year for the JMB government. And I'm hoping it doesn't happen. But he must take the decision. He has to.
Okay, but you say, we get a conflicting message for welcome.
No, I say he must come to Liberia. I don't want him to be out and make any decision. He must come home.
Uncle Sam, thank you very much. Let me bring in our brother Paul Kennedy, Mr. Kennedy.
CEO, the president is an individual. The presidency is an institution that runs on a daily basis. The presidency does not rest. And I'm quite sure that this President Boyka, who has 50 years experience in government, already knows that. A cardinal characteristic of leadership is a vision, somebody who's a visionary. It's effective communication, somebody who communicates very well. Decision making, and of course, emotional intelligence and all of those add up. But decision making and vision are 2 cardinal characteristics of leadership. So the president should be able to make decisions whether he's in the country or not. The reason why he had a core of officers who work along with him is to be able to delegate responsibilities to those core of officers who work along with him. Look, in Liberia, we look at presidency at a very minuscule view. We look at it from we narrow the presidency down to 1 person. The presidency is not a person. The presidency is a cadre of professional, informed, experienced people running a system. So what will I expect the president to do? While he's in New York, he can be chewing gum and working at the same time. He already left somebody in charge who is on a daily communication with him. I hope the president knows what's happening on the ground every day and is able to communicate with those people who are in leadership in Liberia to us already conduct or begin conducting investigation into this matter. And the president can be in New York and say, you know what? Everybody involved will be suspended until I get back. Now he's only getting back now to tap up the ceremony of the entire investigation that he has already had an insight to. So let's leave this thing about when the president is away, nothing. When the president is away, the country runs. Any president who is away and everything goes on hold is creating problems. So I think the president can make all these decisions whether he's in the country or not.
Thank you very much. Dr. Bopler, the same question. And thank you guys for observing the time. I think we are where we are today to make things happen, right? We will give the people enough information. I see our sister Glenn tapping. You can come on. She will be joining us shortly. Dr. Richardson is off today. She's working. And the rest of the team, Abula Mame is traveling. He couldn't be here. Fadiga is not too well. So we will give you the best. Dr. Bopler, please talk to us.
Thank you, CEO. So I was trying to make a good point. So maybe the president never made any huge decisions or whatever in the past. But I think what's noteworthy is that he was never president. Now he's president and the buck stops with him. No decision is a decision. And I believe the president will make some decisions. But he shouldn't make it while he's away. He should come home and make decisions. I will also say here that it's time now in Liberia that we start to make the connections between politics and economics. If you live on ground, it is ridiculous here, the prices of things in this country. And because business people respond to speculative things in the economy, they watch what the politicians do. If the president is decisive and do some corrective things, it will help the economy. If he doesn't, people will think it's open season and they will keep trying to exploit ordinary people. So I hope the president will make some decisions, and I hope moving forward, Liberia needs to realize that there's a direct relationship between politics and economics. If we run and govern the country well, we will live better because prices will go down and the value of our money will go up.
Let me ask you, and this question will go, why do you think the president cannot? Now we got 2 for 2. Duaru said yes, the president should do it from here. Paul Kennedy said the same, you and Uncle Sam on the same side. Why do you think the president cannot make a decision? Why should he wait? Why should he go back home if this is so important for our nation? Like you talk about economy, where they keep talking about the fierce urgency of now. The president, but I must remind everyone on the show, he was in Korea when he took a decision on the LDA. Suspend them. He did. He took a decision. Before I get back home, they should be suspended. Immediately happened. Well, I mean, what's different now? So that's a good plan.
So that's a good question, Senator. And I'm not saying he cannot, because he can. Like Paul correctly said, if presidency is an institution, he can do the president job from anywhere. The reason I say he should come home is because, look, the facts or just moving in the minute. If you look at the headline today, the front page, Jonas, whatever, there's a whole lot of other people who over time have not shown themselves to be as helpful. So it's better he come home, sit in the room, get some more information, and then get up the next morning with press release and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Are you saying that the president, I beg you, let me ask the second question real quick. Are you saying the president is not being informed? He need to get a special information when he at the executive mansion?
Yeah, look, I don't know the details. I don't work for the president, okay? But all I'm saying is, some of the issues here, security, commerce, the economy, it's better if he come home. It's not a national emergency at this point. He can wait another week. The president will come home, he can sit, and then he can make those decisions. I think whatever he does, he can do it from there, he can do it from here, but he needs to do something.
Thank you. And how soon? How urgent it is for him to do something? Dr. Bopler?
He can wait and come home.
Do you think it's important that he do something within a week?
Yeah, I think so. So.
Thank you, Dr. Bopler. Mr. Eduardo, take it away. The same question to you, sir.
Yes, Senator, I want people to understand this. Suspension is not expulsion. Let me explain it this way. When the president is any organization, the first thing when something major happens, when you are suspended until evaluation, it's not a consequence immediately. The decision that I'm talking about, the president has to establish some form of action has been taken, and let's find out what's happening. So we cannot have the same people at the helm when these accusations are continuing to hang over their head. That's the kind of decision I'm talking about. I'm not talking about firing somebody, but Senator, we make this there's this claim in Liberia, or we stick to this claim in Liberia that hurts the country. Look, let me tell you something. Nobody is entitled to government job. That are your part farm. It is a tremendous honor and a privilege to serve your people. There is a tendency in our country, but the man will lose his job. It's at the level of a director and above. It's not about job. Let me repeat. When you deputy minister and above, or you senator, you representative, it got nothing to do with job. Don't let somebody fool you. It got nothing to do with job. Now, if you're working as a senator and that's a job for you, you don't belong in that space. This is why I continue to make the argument. If a man want to get to the level of the senatorial position, he's ready for legacy. He's made his name in the private sector. He's earned himself some respect, some intellect, some capability to transfer it to his people. But if the man will lose a job, that what we can fire him for, the country continues to suffer. It continues to suffer. Suspension is not expulsion. The president needs to act immediately and let the people know that I'm addressing there. It being quiet, like Dr. Purpose said, and inaction is equally a decision. If you don't do nothing, it's also a decision.
So let me ask you a question. Thank you very much, guys. Well, we'll run on this. We're getting deeper. We're getting somewhere, folks. We are coming to you. Don't forget, you will have to call on the show. You will have to give us your opinion. Don't forget, you must be part of this program. All right. After this next round, we're going to open the phone line. We're going to listen to the Liberian people because this is your program. Though you are not sitting on set with us, you got to be part of it. Let me ask you, Mr. Eduardo, suspension or removal? What do you think? What we talk about? I'm going to give you 3 names. Oh, hold on. Let me give you 3 names, right? As a matter of fact, I won't put them up. Let's do something strange today.
Yeah.
And I really want you guys to really think before we answer. Now, these are the first 3 names. Amin Modal. Double Jada. Let me keep these 2 first. The most recent. Suspension or removal?
For Double Jada, you cannot remove him. You cannot suspend him. But you want to have him some questions. Because Amin Modal, you have to immediately suspend him pending investigation.
Okay, so let's stick with Amin Modal. Uncle Sam, what say you? Amin Modal, everything we have said, yes, indeed, I can announce to the nation. He said he wanted to send the car back. They said, no, don't do it. Amin Modal was advised numerous times to do not take the car. He insisted that he must take the car. Amin Modal broke the law, but it's not only Amin Modal. It was either in the better by Double Jada. But I want us to take it 1 step at a time. What say you, Uncle Sam, about Amin Modal? Removal or suspension or let him be?
Okay, so you asked Dr. Bubler a question, the difference between the fracas at the LDEA and the issue with Amin Modal and others.
No, but can we just go by the question?
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, I think it's important for us to basically know that there's a major difference. That was a fracas. And Dwalo and I will understand, I mean, in terms of weapons, right? When there's something with weapons involved, is elevated to a higher stage, and some decision has to be made right away. And no decision was made on that, right? So as far as I'm concerned, it will be unfair, grossly unfair, to fire anybody without an investigation.
I'm talking about Amin Modal, 1 at a time, Uncle Sam, please. Okay. Amin Modal, what say you?
I don't want Amin Modal to be suspended or dismissed until there's an investigation, until he makes his case to Joseph and Boyka. All of them.
Thank you. No, not all of them. We're doing 1 at a time, Uncle Sam. Just let enjoy the show. The people got to also be part of this show. Okay. You don't want Amin Modal suspended. Do you want him removed? I believe no.
No, there has to be an investigation. There has to be a clear investigation, and there has to be findings before anybody can lose their job.
Are you saying that investigate while he's still on the job?
Of course.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Uncle Sam. Paul Kennedy did the same question. Amin Modal. We have heard enough about him, and we can go through the story again. What say you? The same 3 questions. Keep him, suspend him prior to investigation, suspend him, or remove him finally. What say you?
Oh, suspend him. All of the evidence we have now are prevailing that Amin has violated the code of conduct. He has violated the laws. He has violated procurement act. He has violated several things that are embarrassing the government. So suspend him, issue an investigation, go through the investigation, and then act on the findings of the investigation. If he's found liable and guilty for all of the things, the president should remove him. But for now, I think he should not even be holding, because you see, when you hold a high office and you have all these tinted characters, the people around you will not respect you. They will not. And in fact, that instead will send some wrong message to the people who are your subordinates working with you in the office. They themselves will be looking for things to steal and wrongdoings. So, I mean, should not be sitting in that seat. Right now, he should be suspended. The president comes to do the investigation. If he's found guilty, he gets removed.
Thank you very much, Paul. Let me bring in Dr. Bobla. Dr. Bobla, same question. Talk to Liberian Home and Abroad, sir. Talk to us.
Look, removing somebody doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person. It just means that their conduct was not helpful for the bigger enterprise at this point called Liberia. In a country where corruption is such a cancer, people are suffering. Prices are ridiculously high, which means the value of people's money is low, and so is the purchasing power. And the commerce minister is critical to the economy. If I were the president, I would just fire him. It doesn't mean he's a bad man. It just means at this point, his actions do not help. Don't forget, people's perception become their reality. So even you suspend, investigate, you bring back, you've already sent a message to other people that we can go do our own. At this point, we need to be firm. That's one of the things that's not talked about in the Rwanda Renaissance, Stanton. The man was very firm, and Rwanda got it quickly, and the country just started to go up, not down. I will fire him.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So for my daughter, we got your piece, right? Right? You were the first, right?
Yeah, I was the first.
Okay. So my owner, let me say this. Let me be fair. Let's be 100% fair. The reason why we broke this story to the nation, it's not because we hate Amin. It's not because we hate the government that we champion. We brought the story because we want to save the state. Because we want to save this government, this administration. We want to save the legacy of Joseph Yima Bwaka, period. That's why we are not getting down. That's why we don't want down. Because we have to speak to the issue of saving the state. There will be no way that the president, Joseph Yima Bwaka, who we know, and to all of us, Liberian, that we know Joseph Yima Bwaka, and we believe, Gibson say you won't come on. Gibson, come on. If you're ready, you can come on. I think we'll send the link. Mr. Eduardo or somebody will send you the link, Gibson. We believe that Amin Modal, for me, if President Bwaka failed to set an example on Amin, the government will collapse. I should say this, seriously speaking, the government should forget about prosecuting Samuel Tweah. The government should forget about going on any side of CDC they say they want to prosecute. This is so clear evidence that Amin Modal hands were cut in the cookies jar. It's not what I mean, but we're doing one at a time today. You can be a unity partisan, the die-hard. I will say to the nation tonight, unity party now, I'll keep it for last. I will tell you what happened with them. But Amin Modal, I like what Dr. Bopler said, what Duado and the panel are saying. Exception, Mr. Samuel Jackson. Amin Modal should be suspended while a thorough LACC investigation go on. That's his right. But if the president want to immediately remove him, it shows even extra strength. But if Amin, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody come on any show and say keep Amin, they do not like Liberia, they do not like cities, they do not like Unity Party, and they are haters of Joseph Yima Bwaka. I would say, if anybody come on the show and say keep Amin, they are setting Joseph Yima Bwaka up for failure. Because these very people will turn to Joseph Yima Bwaka and say you got corrupt government official with you. How dare you to tell us, say, we must prosecute Samuel Tweah? How dare you to tell us, say, we should go after John Madam we are? They are setting up trial for Joseph Yima Bwaka. Amin should be prosecuted. Amin should be suspended immediately. Amin crying. had a meeting with Jeremiah Kuhn, the vice president. I'm allowed to say it because my sources are correct. He crying. He went to the party people there and said, we begging y'all. Y'all talk for me. Is dishing out money to some journalists there in the country not to run the story. I'm my friend. But I will say this to the Mr. President, in whom I'm well pleased, that if he keep for 1 second, he must wash his hand off of fighting corruption. How dare you to speak about any other individual and you talk about keeping I will never ever believe Uncle Sam Jackson. He's speaking with sedition. They are giving him notes. They are giving him talking point because they want to set the woman up for failure. He's a sedition. He's a citizen supporter. Do you think Uncle Sam cared about Joseph Yima Bwaka? My fellow Liberians, do you think my dear uncle on the show cared about the success of Joseph Yima Bwaka? No. So that move my That bring in Double Jara.
Can I just say something? Please?
But we'll come to you, Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam will come to you.
Can you say your question?
Uncle Sam will come to you. I beg you, sir. I beg you, we'll come to you. After Dualu, that you will not plenty today. What did Double Jara do, Mr. Dualu? Double Jara aided and abetted this whole scam. Double Jara know exactly what happened with Medtech. The account that was created by Samuel Tweah, by the late Thomas Donald, Double Jara kept that account to operate from that account like what the past government was doing. Double Jara is not clean. The record that is coming up on Double, because I read it on first, guys, I took up my watch, so forgive me. The record that is on Double Jara is equivalent to that on Amin Bodal. What say you, Mr. Duaru, and make your 2-minute statement if you can. Should the president also keep, suspend, or remove Double Jara?
I think what the president should do when it comes to, remember now, Double Jara is a person of interest to this matter. He knows the details relating to this matter. I don't think it's worrying to the extent that Double Jara should be fired, but I believe Double Jara should be investigated as well. Now, the problem here is, Tenta, you did say something, and I just want to stress that a little bit. Honorable Bwaga, those of us who perhaps the UP people will vilify, if we can tell you to your face what is happening to this government, we are the people that are telling you the truth because we want you to succeed. The very people that are telling you to continue the same old ways, they don't care about your legacy. We too, our legacy is also at stake because we fought for this. The reason why we continue to stress that you do the right thing, because if you fail, by extension, we have also failed. So this must succeed. So as it relates to Double Jara, he's a person of interest. Now, I don't know whether he should be suspended yet because I read a letter. His thing is, I just send the money over. Now, this is where LACC comes in for a total investigation, and that decision by the president can be made after that investigation. But he is a person of interest as well.
Thank you very much, Sir Eduardo. Uncle Sam, on the Double Jara issue, we'll do one name at a time, folks. And welcome to the show, Abba. It's good to have you. We'll do one name at a time, and then we'll go back to the phone line to hear from our Liberian people. Uncle Sam, what say you, Double Jara?
So, Mamaka Belete, who inflated the price of 285 machines for $82 million. Did not go into PPC, did not do anything, broke the law, was trying to steal our money. And you want to compare that to Double Jara, who received a request from a minister to buy a car, and he may have erred on it in terms of the egregiousness. And let me, my Liberian people, the seriousness of the thing. Double Jara own is nothing. Double Jara deserves a slap on the wrist, send him back to work. He's been an integrity icon. He demonstrated that, and he may have erred. But I don't think Double Jara meant in terms of intentionally to steal government money. And the vehicle in question is at the Ministry of Commerce. So Double Jara does not deserve to be suspended or fired because he may have erred. And that error, that error he made is not, the intention is not criminal.
Thank you, Uncle Sam. Thank you very much. Mr. Kennedy, talk to us, please, on Double Jala.
You know, when I hear seasoned government expert talking about error, when you're in a senior management position, your error causes death. What the allocation of that money, Double Jala knew he was operating from an illegal account. First of all, they should not be playing with that account. Since they said that account was illegal, Tamona and Samuel Tweah were playing with money and they were hiding it. But then you came to rescue. It should have been their responsibility, their prerogative to make sure that that account becomes legitimate. In the token, you will not be allowed to transact any business from a known illegal account. Double Jala did that. Double Jala facilitated the crime that was committed by Amin Modar. But then Amin Modar should get punished and Double Jala should get slapped on the wrist. My man, Uncle Sam, I see the kind of advice you've been giving our leaders. Double Jala and Amin Modar have violated the similar crime. One of them facilitated, one of them was really the one who implemented the crime. So the both of them should be investigated in the immediate. Amin Modar should be suspended. Double Jala will be investigated. If he's also found guilty, he should be suspended or removed. But both of them will have to face the full weight of the law. Listen, if you continue to slap people on the wrists and pat them on the back when they do wrong, especially for somebody who is supposed to be an integrated outcome, now falling down into being unscrupulous, Liberia is going down the drain. So we need to set an example on them. So if I was advising the president, they will suspend Amin before he gets back to the country. He will set up a team that will investigate and probe into this matter. If Double Jala is found guilty for him, he will just be removed. The both of them. I think that's what should be done to them. But you can't slap them on the wrists. They committed a crime against the country.
Very much. Thank you, guys. We're having a wonderful show. We will go to Dr. Bople and we'll go to our brother Asiva. We will go to the phone line. Then we'll have a special time with Abdullah Kamara from LTA. Abdullah, what he did at LTA, he did that also at LTC. This is getting interesting, and we want to know your own opinion on him. Dr. Bople, please talk to us on Double Jala. Your own opinion, sir.
Look, some things are lawful, but they're not beneficial. We say things like, suspend him, go to the LACC. Let me ask you, when the president was appointing these people, they went through a vetting system. The president picked the people he wanted, and it served at his will and pleasure. Okay, so when you have those kind of positions, you carefully because you're in a position of privilege. And sometimes when you make the slightest mistake, the president needs to act. Listen, Liberia is desperately in need of a turning point. I mean, let's just pay attention. This story is beginning to look like the story of the last 6 years. We cannot afford that. We need a turning point, and the president needs to be decisive on some things. So it's not like these are good guys, smart guys, but sometimes you just need to act, and the president needs to act.
So thank you very much, Dr. Bople. Guys, check the chat room. Our conversation is unfolding. I'm dropping everything in there. The next topic will be coming up. Asiva, talk to us. Your take. We passed. Now let's start with you on Double Jala. What say you?
Well, again, for me, I believe anything that has to do with where it's not above board, it looked like there could be something. Our integrity institution need to investigate. That just like a baseline for me. Now, you guys know, you probably Stanton know more about this whole issue with this medtech because you guys were the one pounding it from the very beginning. My thing is that account an illegal account? That account that has the 4 million? And who controls that account? Before I really make my comment, if you have any idea, please share. If not, I will still make my comment.
Yeah, go ahead, continue your address because I don't want to get into the long story, but I would drop the information in the chat room that you can go over again. It was there before, but you will have time for it.
Yeah, because if Paul is saying because I thought that account was an account that was open for Government Liberia. But if you
so let me help you real quick. You know what? Let me just help you. Say you really serious because we want to talk about Double Jala and move on. Thomas now, Samuel Tweah, and some other government official at the time, may he still rest in peace, Thomas now. They opened a fraudulent account separately that they could control, right? When our government came in, our government, we just thought that they were going to cancel and open a legal one that everybody will be, but now they are still operating from that same old account that we accuse Joe Manuel government of operating from. Now the question is why? All right. So the back and forth with MedTech, that's where the whole Wahala took place. So I was saying all the documents, you can read them.
Right. So my thing is, if the account is illegal, why has it not been legalized up to this point, or the funds transfer into whatever account it's supposed to be? And that, I believe that account was the 20% that was supposed to be coming for government, right? So how was that account supposed to be used in terms of those funds? Were it supposed to be for LRAs, revenue enhancement capabilities, specific actions on behalf of, LRA that Double Jala can control that account? Or was it supposed to go into the general coffers of government, into the consolidated account, and used for whatever purpose the government or the Ministry of Finance deemed necessary at the time, or whatever budget that particular revenue is, kind of stacked up against? So I think we need more understanding of this thing. I think there should be some kind of audit or some kind of investigation as to what really happened. Because if you listen to one side where they say the money is there, they need to raise funds.
I'm sorry, Abba. The question we asking, do you think Double Jala should be penalized, suspended, removed, or suspended prior to investigation?
Not with all further investigation, understanding of the situation, but it's both of them.
So you want them there while they carry on investigation, or you want them suspended while the investigation go on?
Because it's not blatant to mean that they have actually violated anything. I know the car is more than the 45,000 standard, definitely, right? Now, is the car for the use for revenue enhancement, or is it just for personal use of the minister? Or is there any car that given to a government official that just for personal use, or is for government use? So it's a matter of understanding the situation, but I don't think it rises to that egregious level that Sam mentioned, or to the point, to the gravity that they should just be dismissed, or they should just be suspended.
Do you think there should be an investigation?
Oh yes, definitely. I think there should be.
Do you want them to be on prior doing the investigation, or they should be suspended while the investigation?
Well, I would suggest wherever that $4 million account is, they freeze that account and they do this investigation. Should not be a long investigation. It should be something like
I'm asking about the individual in question. As per the car law, you took over a car that worth way more than 45,000. You did it secretly. Spoon broke the news. Other story coming up, they can go and do, first of all, let's just establish, I may have never audited Commerce Ministry, but we can get to it. Now the lawmakers are opening an investigation on AMI. My question to you, with all the trouble on President Barker, do you think President Barker should carry this trouble along, waiting for investigation conclusion, or do you think he should be suspended, put aside while we carry on an investigation?
That's a great question. How much of a distraction is it to President Boyka? I think he should determine that. If it's really that much of a distraction, then he can suspend and say, look, stay in the corner until I handle all this.
Do you think it's a distraction to the president?
It should not be. To me,
it shouldn't be a distraction.
It shouldn't be. The president should be focused, especially coming from UNGA. He should be focused.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me allow the folks to respond to the Amin issue, but let me say my own 2 cents. Guys, again, we are doing extremely great. I think I will be very careful when some opposition folks to Unity Party speak, because they are setting the tone, right, to say I got you. Liberia, listen to me. They are setting up special place in hell to destroy this legacy that folks want to build. They will come back, Mr. Duaru, and they will bite you and bite you so hard. They will say you got no moral right to prosecute anyone because of corruption. When you have Ami, when you have Double Jala, when you have X, Y, and Z, line up. What is trending in Liberia today? It's not a UNGA speech. What is trending in Liberia today? It's not President Barkas taking picture with Joe Biden. What is trending in Liberia today? It's not about the engagement, about the $200 and something million loan or grant that coming from the IMF. It's the slow fight against corruption, the slow action of President Barkas. And we got to remind everybody, in 9 months, Mr. Duaru, we are not talking about country achievement. 9 months from day one, we are talking about the fighting, the corrupt behavior in government. We are making no progress. Not one. It's like dig hole and cover a bigger hole. What Ami did, alongside with Double Jala, they should be suspended, both of them. We are talking about this issue went to Abdullah yet. They should be suspended because we believe that Joseph Boakai is an integrated account. We believe that Joseph Boakai is the no-nonsense Joseph Boakai. So if we just relax and just tap this on the back and say that first offense, let them go, the image of this government will be destroyed and destroyed for good. But I will close with this. Whenever the president is taking a decision, he got two people he listened to. One yes and one no. One negative and one positive. You have a group right now in the president, yes, they say, forgive them, they will do the right thing, let's move on. And in this group, we will show the picture. That group that know nothing about Unity Party. That's the group that asked the president to allow this. The Unity Partisan saying, prosecute them, suspend them. I just want to leave it with you. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Mr. Duaru, before we go to the phone line. Go ahead.
I don't even know why that's a question. I want Asa to answer this question, though, and I want Asa to listen very carefully. Hopefully, he does it very quickly. Asa has worked for a reputable organization. Asa, is it customary when something is felonious in nature, being accused of a director in an organization, is it customary for that person to remain in that position while they investigate them? Or do they normally suspend?
Not typically.
Okay, so why do you hesitate to answer that question?
But what is the felonious nature? Yeah.
Maybe what if felonious nature? You take money, this is a felony. You took money from an account that you're not supposed to take there. LRA doesn't purchase vehicles. Basically, it's almost akin to
LRA does purchase vehicles. Why are you coming from?
Not
LRA
of that nature, I say not of that nature. It goes through GSA.
LRA, there's precedence that LRA has purchased vehicles for people who are supporting the revenue generation function. So for you to say there's no precedent or LRA doesn't purchase vehicles, I disagree with you. Since PPFCC was founded,
but now it says that's not a supports revenue generation for the head of the entity.
Well, I mean that situation is not that something that comes by every day. Come on now, don't say that. You are generally full. I'm saying no. Answer your question.
You guys, we got to move on.
Understand the business operation. Yes.
We got to bring the guys on. We got to bring the
30 seconds.
We come back. I beg you.
No, I beg you. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. I beg you.
Why are you refusing Augustine to talk? Let Augustine talk for 1 minute.
No, guys. Only one moderator at a time. We got to go to the phone line. We want to do this.
I don't want Ami or Double Jala suspended or dismissed until there's a full investigation into the matter. I don't think this matter rises to the egregiousness over the last 9 months of the Joseph Boakai administration. These two men are now poster children for corruption. Double Jala is an integrity icon. I mean, that's a businessman. Let there be a full-scale investigation, and then let whatever happens after the investigation. But there has to be the investigation, and suspending them will be an indication of guilt.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Uncle Sam. We got to go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining Spoon Talk. This is who we are. We give our own opinion. You decide. Damo, can we go to the phone line, please? Can we take about 10 questions? 10 questions, 10 quarters, please. Make your statement. Make it brief. You got 1 to 30 seconds. We got other stories to run. We're begging you, please, again, our fellow Liberian. We will take 5 from the U.S. We'll take 5 from Liberia. We want to be very fast. I think we just maybe make it 20. It's your time to participate. It's your time to call on the show. It's your time to be part of Spoon Talk. We asking you, make it 30 seconds. Strictly, forget about the hello. Forget about your name. Forget about anything. Just get to the topic. Should the president dismiss, suspend, remove, investigate 2 people we are talking about now, Amin Moda or Double Jara? So let's go ahead. Your name and where you calling us from? Let me take this one very quick. Your name and where you calling us from?
Also,
Man Musu, talk to us. Welcome to the show. Get to the point, please.
this is dismissed Amin Moda because he knows better, and he was talking all the good talks before he was appointed, so he should have known what to do. I think he should be dismissed.
Double Jara, what's your say?
Double Jara should be investigated since he wasn't a receiving person. I think he should be investigated and maybe suspended.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Let me take my first 5. Dama, then we'll come to you. Your name and where you joining us from?
Yeah, my name is Mormon Johnson. I'm calling from Charlotte, Pennsylvania.
Get to it real quick, Mama. Talk to us.
Yeah, the issue about Moda and the rest of them, I would like for the president to suspend them. Either he's in the country or he's out of the country. Let him suspend them and judge them. When they are found guilty, let them be fire. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me bring in the next caller. Want to say, folks, it's your time to call. Please call. I can take but so much. Your name and where you calling from? All right, we do not have time to wait, my people. Please get to the point. Your name, and where are you calling from?
My name is H. Frederick Babodi. Not to waste your time, both Double Jara and Amin should be suspended pending an investigation. Look, we have to put things where it belongs. And I was disappointed when I heard the old man saying that when somebody is suspended, it shows that that person is guilty. That is not true.
Thank you.
There is no way. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much. I'm so sorry. Thank you. It's good to have you guys called, and we got more to go. Your name and where are you joining us from?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you calling us from?
Okay, my name is Eddie Safra. I'm calling from Barcelona.
Talk to us, Eddie.
So here's the thing. Amin Moda was the one who introduced the crime to the LRA boss. He was the one who go ahead and bought himself the car. So they know what they are doing. Amin Moda knew that. That's first thing he did. He introduced method to the president. He recommended methods to continue. So if you go look at the trend, you analyze an action, he should take a crime.
So your suggestion, suspension, removal, or what?
Suspension.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So the Liberian people are calling. Let me go to Dama. Dama, we're going to take 10 calls strictly from you, and we'll take the last 5 from my end. Liberian people, please call. Let's hear you. Dama, it's all yours.
Thank you, CEO. The numbers to call 0777 1075 0555 101075. Suspend, fire, leave them on the job. What's your take? Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, go straight to the point, please.
Yes, I do believe that Amin Moda should be expelled from the ministry, and then Double Jara be suspended and investigated for that case.
Thank you. The next person here. Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
For me, I think President Bwaka is not even sincere in his fight this corruption. He was abroad when he suspended the FDA boss. Why he can't be abroad and suspend these guys? So when the president said that he's not sincere, that is not from me. I have to with the president. You can
Okay.
right your mother and suspend these people.
All right,
you
sir.
have the constitutional power to do it. Suspend them.
All
you
right.
have a problem to do it.
Thank you. All right. So he's for suspension. Hello.
Yeah.
You live. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Hamza G. Dasin. The people, if they found, they will be suspended. If they found guilty, they will be sacked.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Suspension prior to investigation. If found guilty, sacked. Hello. Yeah, you live. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, I live at the command from like run a car they put them for me. I want them on sack out whenever on that place because we go for the government for the people corrupting the system with corruption in the country.
Thank you.
Right now, yeah.
Thank you. Let's take this next person here. Hello.
Oh.
You live. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling from Tweah, Kakatan City, Mike County.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the word I've been knowing to be interpreted, man. For me, actually, that is investigating, but it should not be on the job while investigating it.
So suspension while investigation is ongoing.
Of course, let me tell you, my brother. Some of us, we're not working in the government, my brother, but from day one, if people hate it up for the government, they want the rest to happen.
Okay.
So for this, we're very strong because those guys.
All right, Chief, we just have to leave it right there. I'm sorry, but we have to leave it there and take other callers to weigh in their opinions as well. Hello?
Yeah, how are you, John?
Good. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, the name of me is Ragire. I'm speaking on this material. These two people need to be prosecuted. I don't want to suspend them, but they're going to be prosecuted.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Two more callers from Liberia. 0777-771075, 055-101075. Hello?
Hello?
Kindly reduce the volume of your radio. Please do that so that we can hear you better. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you live.
Yeah, they're supposed to fire them. They already get it. So, move one of them from there because they're the honor man, the woman. They want
Okay.
for the woman, they get it.
Thank you.
Fire them.
Thank you. So that person is up for straight firing. No coca. Hello?
Oh.
Yeah, you're our last caller for this segment. Go ahead. Suspension.
Yeah, Sylvester calling from 72nd.
Mm-hmm.
I think Moda should be expelled while Mr. Jala is on investigation.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
See you there. You have your 10 from my end.
Thank you. Let me take my last 5 from this. And folks, again, welcome to the Spoon Talk. This is what we do every day. We have to hear from you. 20 callers on each topic. It's beautiful. Give it your best shot. I'm going to take my last 5. Your name and where you joining us from?
This is James calling from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
James, talk to us.
And the first thing set on, the first group of lawyers need to dissolve the legislature. And the first criminal group there. That the first people, all the burning to rouse and dissolve the legislature. When they dissolve them, nobody will speak.
Okay, so make your case now. Fire Moda, Double Jada, suspend them. What say you?
Fire both of them.
Thank you very much, Sede. All right, we're going to take the second call. Your name and where you joining us from?
Good evening, Theo.
Yes, good evening. Talk to us real quick.
Join you from Delaware, USA.
Yes, sir. Talk to us.
Yeah, before I go to Dr. Jala and Mr. Muda, let me disagree with Walken and the presidency is a group of people that take a decision. No, the presidency is the office that the president holds. And this time around, we are calling on the president to take serious action to suspend Modai and suspend Dr. Jala. He's not integrity argon. Integrity argon will not go about spending government money on $96,000 to buy a car for a minister.
Thank you.
Wrong, and the president act now.
Thank you. Thank you. I will take this last one. Your name, folks, that's the last one for tonight till we go to the second conversation. Please bear with us. Your name, my friend, and where you joining us from?
My name is Benedict Stewart, and I call from South Dakota.
Talk to us, Benedict.
Right, for any investigation, but I don't think there is any good investigation in Liberia. These guys need to be fired. Where there is smoke, there is fire. Governor Jara and the two guys, they know about the money, what they did there. So they need to be fired to serve as deterrence so that the people will know that any step you take, you're going to get a punishment for it. So they need to fire the two of them. No investigation. No guy got money.
Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. Again, folks, we have the big decision for tonight. Everybody talk about removal, pending investigation, suspend them. We want to say thank you very much. We'll come back to you again. You, the Liberian people. Let's welcome Fatima Salif. Let's welcome our sister, Glendy. It's always good to have you guys. Let's have a great show. We understand we are here. We're going to give it our best shot. Let's do the closing. You heard the people, Mr. Tualu. Let's come to you. 30 seconds quick. Then we'll go to the next guy, Abdullah Kamara. What say you? 30 seconds.
Everything I heard from our people is the same thing. The people are sick and tired of the condition that have persisted in this country for so long. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. They want this country to be right. They've told the president what they've won. The only thing I want to say is, Mr. President, you have to do what the people want. This is an obligation. It's a duty to the people. That's what I'm going to say.
Thank you very much. You heard the people, Uncle Sam. Your 30 seconds.
I want a full-scale investigation before any action is taken by President Boyka.
Thank you very much, Uncle Sam.
Yes, yes.
We're going to go to our sister, Fatima. I know you're just joining us. We'll just take it from where you guys met us. You heard from the Liberian people. They are saying they are all with one accord. And we heard them today. What say you, Fatima?
First, I would like to greet all of you, the panelists, and I would also like to greet the viewers across the globe. Thank you for coming to Spoon and listening to us. I think with everyone who works or serves, I think if something like this happens, suspension is valid, pending investigation. I think they should do that, suspend them and investigate. And if they are found guilty, they should let them go. They are not the only Liberians who, are knowledgeable to run those entities. So I think suspension is in this light is the first step, not to just fire them. I think they should suspend them and investigate. And if they are found liable, then they can let them go, as they serve at the will and pleasure of the president.
Thank you very much, Paul Kennedy. Your 30 seconds, sir.
Yeah, so you heard the polls. I mean, all of the 20 people, over 18 of them said suspend and, get rid of them. And one of the callers came back and said, Paul Kennedy said the presidency is a group of people. That's not correct. I said the presidency and the president. The president is the individual. The presidency is an institution. So next time you come, you should, really quote me right. But the Liberian people said it all.
Thank you, Paul Kennedy. Dr. Bopla, the people spoke, man. What say you? We can hear you, Dr. Bopla.
Man, look it up again. Look it up.
Look, I've already spoken on this matter. The president has options. He is the president. But whatever he does or he doesn't will affect the forward march. So if I were the president, I would be thinking about that. What's beneficial, not necessarily what is lawful, because nothing unlawful about the president's action. He can suspend, he can fire, he can do slap on the wrist, he can do nothing. But what's beneficial for the forward march at a time when our economy is struggling and people's perception of always the reality, corruption is still the cancer. I think the president should do something, and it's up to him to do that. I've said what I had to say already on this matter.
All right, thank you, Asif Bob. Your 30 seconds. You heard from the Liberian people.
Yes, we heard the Liberian people, and I mean that's a significant majority of the callers, or dominant majority. And at the end of the day, you can dismiss that as much as it's now legitimate sample size. You can dismiss it. The president has to probably take their thoughts into consideration. And we know a lot of people are talking against corruption more and more and more, or just the semblance of corruption. They don't even want to fathom it or, accept it anyway. So again, that's why President Boyka is president. He got to make these big decisions. Like I said, my position is not suspension, but suspending them would not be that extreme to me in terms of how business operates, especially me having been in the private sector for a long time and knowing how institutions operate in those situations. So I'm saying at this point, I don't think they should be suspended, but if the president chooses that direction, it will not, you know.
And going back to the Liberian people that we just talked to, you guys were talking about sampling size. There, you got one. Actually, Mr. Comey got 1.6%. I want to say that on the show tonight.
Thank you for increasing the number. Thank you for increasing the number.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you because you guys were asking for sampling size, and the people give 1.6. But thank you very much, Alpha. Benny, my sister, welcome. You heard the people. Let's just take it from there. What say you?
Hello, everybody. It's good to be on. I was actually listening on my way home. I think
your green and purple look nice, or blue, or
thank
whatever.
you, my darling. Thank you so much. I'm beautiful, so beautiful. So I say, the people, sometimes you will be okay. You will make it, Stanton. You will make it. Nothing will get you. Will make it. So I think the people should be suspended. I don't think Double Jala needs to be out of this. I think this concerns him equally as it concerns Amin Bodad. I think in any office or in any setting, professional setting, there are protocols, there are procedures. When people do wrong, you suspend them, you investigate. After the investigation, you follow what findings you have. So I think that both of them need to be suspended and investigated and then move on. That's what I would say.
All right, guys, we did extremely well today. I hope I'm managing this thing correctly. I really hope I'm doing my best because I want to get the Liberian people involved. We can have a show and we don't listen to the will of the people. So those people in authority watching the show know exactly the Liberian people position. All right. I want to say thanks again to all of you.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
All right. So in the case of I believe Crispy and Mamaka, you have come up with similar position that they must go, or Joseph Burger will not be XYZ. So in this particular case, where Mamaka and Crispy are still there and still, you know, operating as usual, and now with this situation again, if there is no action taken, what would be your perspective or your position going forward?
Thank you very much, Hazavatu. But I really appreciate your question. It's a very good question, one of the best questions you have asked since history. But let's come back to the issue. And actually,
you can let me add no question.
But Abba, and it is troubling to everyone that listens to me. And that's why we come here every day and we cry, we yell, we scream. Right? I'm not talking about people that will come and say, well, Stanton turning against the government. I would never turn against the government we brought to power. But I'm turning against what is happening. If the president closes his eyes on Grisby, Mamaka, how you call it, Amin Modal, Double Jala, right? And let me put them up because I want to make this so juicy. If the president say I will do nothing to Abdullah Kamara, we're about to discuss it again. New findings that my nephew, I will not touch it. I will do nothing to Double Jala, that my nephew, you know, they often look for a nephew or uncle now. I will do nothing to Amin Modal. Oh, yes, I'm not even going to touch Roland Ginnings. I'm not going to touch Prince Tamba, right? I'm not going to touch Sylvester Grisby. The whole group, right? That today, look at this newspaper. I want it to get in the bill. We get Mamaka. We get Sylvester Grisby. If the person say, I've agreed not to touch them, Joseph Burger will have no legacy left in Liberia. But this time next year, the Liberian people will rise up and they will tell Joseph Burger that you're on the wrong path. Even folks on this show, we that stay standing strong with the president, we will take different position. How can you persecute CDC? How can you go after sedition? How can you go after those that were involved in massive corruption, which is good? But you're protecting your own when it is glaring that everything is showing that these guys are involved in massive corruption. You go up, you come down. Joseph Burger will be standing alone. I don't think the president will want to be standing. No, I don't think so. I don't think the president will get that far. People saying, oh, let's wait. Oh, give the president 3 more months, make it a year. Oh, give him 2 more months. And when people say that, I look at them, I say, what's your affiliation? Those were the people that were pushing Joseph Boakai and say, we'll not support you. We don't like you. We support George Manawea. We support somebody else. Today, they want to be a vassal to the president and give him the wrong advice. Today, they want to tell the president, say, don't suspend. And tomorrow, they will be the one to say, but you get, Moda that stole the money. So to all Liberians, I will say this to you. Let's champion a fair argument here. That bunch of sycophants that jumping from tree to tree trying to hustle because they believe that this is our time. You know what happened in Unity Party today? The party chairman came out and spoke. I think he was shocked because everything he said, it was only Amin. He should have spoken against Abdullah Kamara. He should have spoken against the entire group that destroying this government. The party chairman. Have you heard from Amos Tweah, the party secretary general? No. Guys, let me say something to you. Unity Party, they are fighting within. They are not happy. So President Joseph Yeman Boakai must step up. He must take action, or by this time next year, he will be standing alone. I appreciate that answer. I really do, Abba. And I can say it in the back, I can say it in the front, I can say it anywhere because I stand up. If I go to bed, I don't talk to anybody. I will give Dwalu the last word on this one because we stand together. Abula Mame, Dwalu, everybody on the show, we will stand together as independent, belong to no political party, or belong to any political party, and we'll continue to speak truth to power. I really do. Liberia deserves better than Mr. Cummings say. But guys, before we go to Mr. Dwalu, I got something to show to you guys. Please forgive me. Let me show you because I really want to clear my mind on this one. And I said, don't push me. So sorry, I said, yeah, my man, sorry about that, brother. I really want to clear my mind on this one. Seriously, Glenny, this is what somebody sent me this morning. It's not fair. We got to be fair. When we come on the show, we got to be fair. We have to. From today, everybody, please. Mr. Cummings obtained 1.61%. It's not 1%. You shorten the main change. Everybody, we are discussing a very important national issue today. You cannot disrespect Mr. Cummings' numbers.
So round it up to 2%.
He deserves better. Mr. Cummings is on the National Election Commission website, Republic of Liberia. 29,613 votes. All these people came from America to go to Liberia to vote for Mr. Cummings. And they gave him 1.61%. It's not 1%. I don't want anybody saying Mr. Cummings got 1%, please. We got very important conversation to do. Let's go back to it. At least I promise the people are going to do that. Tualu talk to us. Tualu end this segment. Let me move on.
For me, is if you already crack my boots, so I'm not going to touch that. You're going to and to my brother D Credits, man. D Credits, you're right. You guys have the right to hold us responsible, but centered on a serious note. It is not about these officials. Look, people in the threat. I want you to understand something. Most of these people, I've never met them. I don't know them. I don't care about them. Stanton is absolutely right. This is about the country. The country. If Honorable Boakai does not succeed, we all are going to fail. The hesitation to make a decision when it comes to somebody who going outside the regulations and guidelines that are governing this country, it hurts the entire country. And it's not about them. It's about the country. And people should know better. If my brother Sam Jackson takes a decision on his own accord, and that decision he knows is illegal, he consciously made that decision, the consequences that befall him is up to him. It's not something we should worry about because the decision was made by him entirely. Honorable Boakai has to shape up and make decisions immediately because the more you delay those decisions, the more you harm the country. I, for one, don't care. Just don't go outside the confines of the law. Do what the law requires. Let it chip for where they may. And that will make me sleep good at night, like a sheep on a pillow. Mr. Jackson.
We're not going to Mr. Jackson. We're running through now with the next conversation. Mr. Jackson, I'm so sorry, sir. We have to bring in the next conversation, which is very important. We are running out of time. I want to say again, thanks to all of you that joined us. I want to start a conversation with Abdullah Kamara. Abdullah Kamara from LTA. And I want to ask the Liberian people the same question, the same position. Before we get there, I want to reveal something to you, something I came across the decks of Spoon Talk. I put it in the chat room, guys. Please go through it. This is now that's I hope I was able to upload it. I didn't, and I was playing around with Mr. Cummings. All right. So while you talk about your position on Abdullah, let me ask you guys quick. Then I will upload this. I think it's in the chat room, guys. Please read it. The same question, Mr. Duadu. Abdullah Kamara, the same question, Mr. Duadu. Let's take it from here.
It will be almost criminal on the part of Honorable Boakai to allow Abdullah to remain in his position while the investigation goes on. Here's the reason why. It's not just 1, 2. There are a bucket load of evidence on the docket. There are millions of dollars that are gone missing under the stewardship of Mr. Abdullah Kamara. That man got to go sit down. He cannot continue to hold the authority in the same position while you investigate that entity that he oversees. This will be criminal because the man got reasons to hide evidence, etc., etc. He has to go sit down. I'm a firm believer. You got to conduct an investigation. But here's the thing, though. I think it was Brother Paul Kennedy who said this. No, actually, it was Armstrong Jabba in the thread. A lot of investigation, whole day investigation, and nothing can happen. We need to stop that. Investigations don't take more than 2 weeks in many instances. Conduct the investigation, publish the investigation, and take the action. If you're going to arrest the man, put him in handcuffs, we take some pictures of the man, you take him before the court. It is that simple, Senator.
Thank you very much. Uncle Sam, let's talk about Abdullah Kamara, please. Your take, sir. Uncle Sam, you're not with us.
My position is very clear. This is not a rescue government. This is a government business as usual.
What I was just telling y'all, Fatima here, the message from the opposition side, if there is no action, he about to say now because that I a friend, I mean, go ahead.
He's my very close friend. I know his whole family from Puerto Bondo, but I don't operate on that. I just like equity. Let me explain to you. This government started on a corrupt footing. When Grespe was not yet confirmed, President Boakai was not yet president. They stole hundreds of thousands of dollars of pensioners' money from Social Security. President Boakai did nothing. Mamaka brought in or tried to bring in 285 machines at a cost of $80+ million, inflating these prices to the roof. She was caught red-handed. They turned the case over to Jeremiah Cole, and they brought the matter $60 million down. Mamaka was not fired. Mamaka was not reprimanded. There was a fracas where weapons were almost fired at DEA. Since June 26, nothing has been done. For you now to use Amimoda and Double Jala as poster child for corruption is unfair. It's untenable. It is not correct. You should go back and start from the foundation of the government. That's my position. I don't think this case of Amimoda and Double Jala buying a $96,000 car rise to the same level of somebody trying to steal $60 million and somebody who stole hundreds of thousands of dollars, diverted resources of government. While they bought a car, which is 96,000, and the cap is 45,000. But I don't think this rises up to that level. And I don't think LRA should be in the business of procuring vehicles for government entities. They are only a revenue generating agency. That's my position.
Thank you very much, Uncle Sam. Sister Fatima, talk to us.
As I said earlier, I just believe that most of these people, I think they serve at the will and pleasure of the president. And if in position they do things that are unjust or criminal, I think they should be investigated. And if found liable, they should be, expelled from the positions. They should be fired. But without any investigation, I can't just call for that immediate firing. I just think that there should be an investigation. Everywhere I've ever worked, when anything came out, we suspend people right away. And even in the nursing homes that I manage, when a patient said the aide did me wrong, they suspend her immediately, pending investigation. When they found out the investigation is a fiasco, they bring the person back. But I think that's what I should happen. These people are serving at the will and pleasure of the president. The president should set examples on people who are corrupt. He said it. He said that corruption would not be allowed in Liberia. He would do anything and everything to eradicate corruption. I know.
If the president, so for Fatima, if the president doesn't, then what? I mean, what's he?
I think he will. I think the president will. I seriously believe that the president will. I think he would do what he needs to do. For individuals.
How soon you think the president will?
As soon as he gets back to Liberia, he will make hard decisions.
You want him to get back to Liberia. Thank you, Sister Fatima. Paul Kennedy, let's talk about Abdullah Kamara, which is so important. I'm uploading this thing. I'm putting it in the chat room. I want you guys to take a look at it, please. Abdullah Kamara, this is his corporation, Tama Corporation. I just want us to put everything together. So Tama Corporation seeks sponsorship proposal with the Liberia Telecommunication Corporation, LTC. This story is unfolding. Something similar. Eduardo, can you stop talking to Fatima? I see she's smiling, please. You turn your cell phone off. And it is important for us to know that he went to LTC with similar proposal that he took to LTA. We are gathering more information on Abdullah. This is something that came in today. And when I went through the document, my whole body was doing Tweah. You know how your body be doing Tweah? You're trying to cover, but the basically you're covering, it can keep the cold away.
Spell Tweah.
Tweah, that is true. So if you go through the document, he wrote Richmond Toby, Honorable Richmond Toby, Managing Director, Liberia Telecommunication, is there, folks. He outlined the different amount needed. Something, this guy, he's a genius. He know how to collect money. You see a friend, I said, wow, Stanton. I was saying to you, I said, you can call him and ask him. This guy said, now he outlined all these things, $40,000 price value. Cash price for each members of the winning team. And 120,000 cost of the project is estimated 120,000. I want you to go through all the documents. And then I want you to tell Liberian people, when we came after the election, the president gave him again and said, go ahead and train the youth and allow this government, Paul Kennedy, to give you even more money on the same project that he ran on a George Panawea, and he ate the money. And he said he trained the youth for 10 days on computer training for 10 days. How in the good heaven you can train somebody on computer for 10 days? Just 2 weeks. It was a scam operation. I'm going to put all the document in the chat. Please look at it. And then I want to ask you and ask the Liberian people, do you think at the end of your conversation, this gentleman have any moral right to travel with the president or even run LTC as their LTA as their the chairperson on the board, Mr. Paul Kennedy?
Stand on. Listen, I'm glad that we sit on this platform, but nothing much we say here in most cases will change in certain conditions. And let me tell you why. We need to find out that some of these things that happen for reasons. Abdullah then was running campaign money, and there's some people the president not going to fire.
What you mean he was running campaign money? What you mean?
Running government when you are not in government is different than when you're in government. The information I'm getting is Abdullah was the face to the United Party government, holding a position in CDC government, taking money on projects and helping to facilitate some things in the United Party government. So he's not going to get fired. Abdullah is traveling with the president. Why?
No, he's not. No, Abdullah is still back home.
Okay, so he's suspended. He's not suspended because he's not going to be suspended while investigation is going on. And then good governance, if somebody is accused of certain things, like Fatima said, they will be suspended so that you take the powers away from them from influencing anything, right? Because you leave him in position and you conduct the investigation, chances are he will still have the authority to interfere with the investigation for transparency's sake. But if you see him sitting there, he's sitting there for a purpose. And to be honest, President Boga is not going to fire a lot of people. There are just some decisions that will be difficult for him to take. But so you are not in it, but we don't know. But the information we are getting, Abdullah not going anywhere. So we can sit down here all night and say, get him fired.
Paul Kennedy. Yeah, okay. So we appreciate your comment though. But if the president said Abdullah not going anywhere, what position the president will find himself in? Protecting Abdullah, but you want him to suspend. Hold on. Let me finish now. United Party said they don't know Abdullah Kamara. So I don't know where you're coming from and say he was supporting the party. And I saw that Fatima shaking her head because I don't think she agreeing with you on this. But let's come to Dr. Bople. We'll do another round. Let's just take our notes. Dr. Bople, though, this Abdullah thing is increasing in nature, Dr. Bople. And Unity partisans, they are getting angry that why is Abdullah stay there? And if it is true what Paul is saying, that he was being used to sponsor the campaign or Unity Party, it's even more troubling. Dr. Bople.
So the man is in a position of authority at LTA. And then his company seeks to do business, conflict of interest. Second, you're running an organization that is not novel in its productivity. I am a client. I cry every day for basic internet, even though I pay more than I pay to Lone Star. Why are we even having these conversations when people constantly do this in a country where most of its people are poor and unemployment is so high? Why would we be having this conversation? The president should remove people that are not progressive, that don't share his values and not helping the majority of the people. You have to fire the man. And if we can sit there tonight and say nothing will happen, that speaks to the difficulty of the road ahead for us, Liberia. If we really believe that nothing will happen, the people who do these things are thinking the same way. They will do nothing to me. No, they need to do something. They need to listen. I said last night, standing on, said tonight, we are getting to the place, and we're there, where the president needs to say enough is enough, or we, the people, need to say enough is enough. I suggest that the president has to first go at it. There are plenty of reasons to say enough is enough. And I'm telling you this, if you start to move quickly and remove people, don't go through all that legal mumbo jumbo. Remove them. You appointed them, you remove them. If you do that, the rest of the people who lead agencies will get the message, and there will be a lower propensity to do these improprieties. The president need to act, man. Don't take us down this road. People are suffering here, and rich people just keep playing games with the resources of the poor people. It is plain wrong, and the president has to do something.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Bopler. Let's come to our brother Abba.
Look, for me, again, it's about information. It's about information. It's about investigation. It's about having proof. We can't. I mean, I don't envy the president right now. The president in a very critical situation. Some key people in his government are being tolerated for, corruption or waste or abuse or fraud, abuse of power, wherever. And he needs to make some decisions. The timing of that letter, I don't know when specifically Abdullah wrote that letter, whether he was at LTA at the time or whether he was petitioning what his name, Richmond Tobe, who was at LTC Liptelco at the time, and he was looking for opportunity. So we got to be clear. So I don't know if that's a conflict of interest, as Dr. Bropler just said. So for me, I got to spell things out and lay out, and then I can draw my conclusion. Right now, there's just a lot of noise behind Abdullah from the, digital transformation and from some of the other, stuff we are hearing. So again, it's about the president. What can he handle? Does he need to clear his space and get his time with suspensions? Or can he handle the noise and still do what he needs to do? So that is an individual decision, and that's why he paid the big money in Liberia. He got to make those decisions. But the only thing is the president has been slow to make the critical decisions. So if what Fatima is saying, that when he comes from abroad, he will make these big decisions and it will be, impactful, and we're willing to see it. But, so far the president has not been speedy in making decisions, and I don't know that, all the noise we are making and other people are making and all the information that's been shared will push him to make a hasty decision.
Thank you very much, Ava. Thank you. Sister Glendy.
I think it goes to us saying when the former boss was on here, I think there were allegations about the two of them being the only two people that money was changing hands or whatever. The fact that he works there signifies that there probably is some form of break-in, how they call that thing. I can't even think, but what I wanted to say is I think if he's involved, and in fact, like what Paul is saying, that he was working with CDC at the time and also trying to raise funding for the campaign for UP, and based on all that he's done at LTC, there could be a form of conflict of interest. He needs to be investigated. I don't think these things should slide, because I think when this conversation came out, there was also another company who I think did some work, but in the interim, they're now accusing them. So he needs to, some of these things is that we say the same thing over and over and nothing is happening. And it's like, when does it stop? When do we see some form of action? And, we understand that, but time is, like Uncle Sam talking about June 26 for DEA, and we're now in September. Some things just can't be sidelined and with no actions. Somebody President Boyka needs to act on one of these things so that people will understand and they will see, and this will serve as a deterrent for them to stop.
Thank you very much, Glenny. Thank you a lot. We want to bring in Asido. Asido, before we bring you in, guys, I'm going to drop the whole file in there because cutting it, fixing it up is giving me a lot of work. I'm going to drop it in there, and you can just go through them. It's 9 pages. All right. The issue about it being whether he received the money or whether he didn't receive the money, he can answer that. And also, we'll be discussing the TECO tomorrow holistically. A lot of moving parts, about $2 million that went off at the TECO. 2 million. Okay. I was able to reach to the former director, Richmond Toby, and I was able to reach to other folks. But we have to discuss it because this is what we do on the show. This is the total $38,000, 20,000 for infrastructure project in the winning county, and 18,000 for the winning team. Now, please read the document. This was signed by Abdullah L. Kamara, MSc, MBA, founder and CEO of Tama Corporation. This is very important. This is scary when you go through the document. I don't know. If somebody tell me, say, wait, let's wait and see. If somebody tell me, say, let's see what Bwaka gonna do, or let he wait small. My body is shaking. It's because but now it's because there's no let wait and see. So let's wrap this up. We got to go to public work. I hope you guys received the public work document. They are fighting seriously. Roden Guinness and Prince Tamba, and the president is fully aware of this one as well. And we'll talk about it again. Are we going to have another situation like LDEA? Let me bring in former Deputy Minister, Youth and Sport, Republic of Liberia, Ase. What's the B stand for, Asido? But let me forget it. Asido, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. And it is a nice day to be back on Spoon again in the interest of our country. Stanton? I've said something, I believe it today still. Liberia is not a country that needs wars anymore. Any word you can say today has been said before. If wars could build a country, Liberia would have been the best country on the planet. Because if you hear the sweet, sweet things that politicians can say, so different from what they can do. Listen, we are concerned about corruption in the government today. I want someone to think. Do you really want to believe it is from the blue sky President Boakai appointed Kamara LTA for no reason? Even if you say he is not a United Party, that's even when it is even more concerning. So he's not a United Party partisan then, how did he get there? Something might have happened before. It is not from the blue sky. And I really want us to be so sincere and fair on this constant talking point about President Baka doesn't know about it. The president doesn't know about it. We cannot be against our country this way. We just cannot. Listen, people have consistently argued, and I agree, that a cartel is a group of people that always want to see Liberia not moving forward. If you believe that, and you think a person who has been doing this cartel work for the past 50 years is not the leader of the cartel, you are absolutely wrong and you hate Liberia. How can you live in a community for 50 years and there is something about that community you don't know? How can you work at a company for 50 years and there is something about that company you don't know? How can President Boakai be in government for 50 years and for some reason he does not understand the operation of the cartel? He is the head of the cartel. And just to quickly end here, when are we going to come and be sincere? Let's not act like we don't know. This government started off with corruption. Even during the day of the inauguration, we had inauguration money that went squandered. The president called for investigation. That investigation did not conclude. There was a press statement on Executive Mansion website praising the alleged person who had money. We also talk about the party money that up to today we don't know what happened, and many others. My people, like I've always said, the boys are in power. Oh, they are in power. Don't be shocked. They are in power.
Thank you very much, Isaac. Thank you very much for your own take on this. If we want to do another 30 seconds, I think it's 6:40, 10:40. We got about 20 more minutes to be on the show. We got to go to public work. We have seen the document. I do believe, real quick, 30 seconds, guys. If we do, we'll be covering about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. So let's just do it real quick. I'm going to put Abdullah picture up. Again, I think we all know where we are, or maybe we can the same thing. Abdullah, it's concerning, folks. It is. It's concerning that Abdullah Kamara is in this situation. But I am afraid, Fatima. People that are saying that the president should wait or shouldn't do something, I think they are entrapping President Joseph Imabaka. And folks are saying that, well, the president will take action, but he needs time. I believe time is not on our side. You cannot, Mr. Duado, say the president needs time while folks continue to steal and corrupt the government. Am I right, Mr. Duado? The president needs time for what? Suspend them, open an investigation, like he did the LDA folks.
Stanton, right? The president does not need time. The president has made a decision. It's not about time. But before I forget about this, I'm picking in a thread. I'm going to say this to you. I'm not going to call your name. A lion does not concern itself with the opinion of a sheep. Let me say this. Look, I want you guys to understand something. Sometimes, Fatima, you're something, man. Look, Abdullah will continue to behave in the fashion he's behaving because the system and the president allows him to continue to behave in that way. Abdullah knows he can function with impunity. He understands this. He's going to do what he's going to do. Look, there's nothing that happens in the government, and I believe this. People can hit me for this, that is not being sanctioned or encouraged by the leadership of that government. If the president wants something changed in a certain direction, he has the mentor. The people of the republic have given him this mentor. It is up to him to use it. Whether he uses it or not, it's up to him.
Glenny, come in, Glenny.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add. I think,
okay.
Yeah.
So let's move on. You want to say something, Fatima, real quick?
Just, I wanted to say that I know we're all expressing our opinions, and we're expressing, we're all concerned about Liberia. The president has a call. He has to call these things what they are. He needs to follow the investigation. He needs to take decisions, and he will. The president is not going to just take decision based on what we say or what he's going to go with the investigation, and where the investigation leads him, he's going to make that decision. So I think we should all be patient.
Let me ask a question, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I will outline certain things. And let's just be fair, because Liberian people listen to us vastly. Yeah, the president will open an investigation, and where the investigation leads, the president will take action.
Yes.
What become of Miata Famula? The president will open an investigation, and where the investigation leads, the president will take action. What become of Sylvester Grisby? The president will open an investigation, and where the investigation leads, the president will take action. What become of all the many stuff that have been happening and been flagging? Do you think the president do care about an investigation results?
Yes, he does. Yes,
Why?
he does. The president, you add that I was patient when people are speaking. I always sit and listen to what they're saying, and then I respond in kind. Well, the president is going to make decisions, not what we say here collectively or what we want him to do. The president is going to make a decision based on when he desires. This was a new government that was formed. It took collaboration of people to come on the table to make sure this government went forward. People have been doing things because the president have been investigating these things. He's ready to make the hard decisions. We need to give the same thing I'm just going to say. When the president start making decisions and start affecting some of our friends and family, people will be the same people here talking. The president will make the hard decisions. He's not going to make it based on what somebody says here or what other person says here. Most of his decisions are actually delayed because he sees us on the phone talking about the president got made a decision. He doesn't want it to be biased. He doesn't want it to be based on what we're saying. He's the president. These people are serving his will and pleasure, and he will make the hard decisions. And so
thank you very much. So thank you, Fatima. So ladies and gentlemen, Fatima said because Spoon said it delayed the president's decision. Are we understanding ourselves that we have a leader that will not speak just because Spoon say? Are we going back to George Manawea, Oh, John Marawe are going to make the decision, but because, oh yes, Spoon said it. John Marawe are going to fire Samuel Tweah yesterday, but because Spoon said it, John Marawe changed his mind. John Marawe are going to step in and reshuffle the entire government, Glendy, but because Spoon said it, Spoon, don't say it, because the president want to do it. Where is John Marawe today? Where is he today? I think that's fallacy. The president get a country to run. Let the president forget about what Spoon say and do the right thing. But ladies and gentlemen, let's go to public work ministry, and that's why I like this program.
Can I just say something quick?
We gotta go to public work, sir. I beg you. Anytime I want to move on,
30 seconds, please.
I wait when I bring Fadiga back. Let me go to public work real quick, sir. Look at Roland Guinness, right? And I want you to look at the deputy minister. I put this in the chat room. This is Prince Tamba, the deputy minister, right? There's a problem been going on. I want us to flag this. It's in too deep. We got some video. I choose not to show the video today. They had just 2 days ago or so, yesterday or so, they had a serious, almost got into the fist fight at the ministry. People have been complaining. It's getting big and it's getting bad. The president is informed. He is fully informed on this one, right? Roland Guinness want to take the only decision that Roland Guinness want to take. And Roland Guinness' anger is that Prince Tamba is a nephew to Joseph Yima Barka. Now, everybody that Joseph Yima Barka nephew and nieces. So Roland Guinness is uncomfortable working with Prince Tamba. So when a decision is made that Prince Tamba has to follow and trial the president anywhere, Glendy, Roland Guinness will say no, he will stop him. As of yesterday, Roland Guinness wrote a warning letter to Prince Tamba, drastically warning him that he can fire Prince Tamba. Prince Tamba was nominated by the president, and so is Roland Guinness. So if you went through the letter that we put in the chat room, this day the president wrote through Sylvester Grisby that Prince Tamba should go on the trip. Yesterday letter here to China, right? Please, he need to go on a letter of destination to accompany the president to attend the Forum for China-Africa Conference Cooperation in Belgium, China. There you have it. Roland Guinness got mad. He said Prince shouldn't go on the trip. He said Prince should stay because he's the boss, he's going. Prince said, no, you can't. They went back and forth, and it was a very serious thing. They had to get a second communication. But what Roland did was that Roland wrote, it's in the chat room. He wrote the finance minister, and he told the finance minister, say, a changes has been made. Can it be informed that adjustment has been made in the travel arrangement, and Minister Roland Guinness will be replacing Deputy Minister Tamba for the forum mentioned above. Signed, Roland L. Guinness. Now, if this is about the money, I don't know. As you can see, foreign means of travel, $2,784. Foreign DSA, $3,230. Foreign incidental, $280. Total $6,294. After Roland saw the letter from the president, he said Prince shouldn't go. He said he cared less. Why are you laughing? He said he cared less.
Clinton, the people in
okay.
Need to hear
so, no. I have to say this though. And it was back and forth, and Sylvester Grisby had to do another letter. Please be informed that it is the president's prerogative to invite whoever he wants included on his delegation. They are disrespecting the president.
The rescuers are rescuing.
And Liberians need to know this. Roland Guinness believes that the president got no authority over him. He can disrespect the office of the presidency. And the president got mad. Why all this thing like this? Let's go back in history. Roland Guinness said he passed on $22 million. They say 8.9, I say 22. roads project, but he awarded the contract prior to Prince Tamba getting at the ministry. And Prince Tamba is the deputy minister for technical. And Duarte, when the time came to go through the assessment of those contracts, Roland Guinea had awarded all of the contract to all of his people. And there was nothing done on the technical side because Roland Guinea said he was running against time. As of today, anything Stanton say on this show is a Holy Bible, or if you Muslim, it's the Holy Quran, because our information is unique. Roland Guinea, by leaving me where your Quran business, I'll say my thing. Roland Guinea is in hot water because everything that was done, most likely it was all illegal to the process of the public work ministry. The roads condition, what was applied on the East International, what was applied on the West Africa, what was applied on the SSF, the different aspect. Prince Tamba and Roland Guinea cannot see eye to eye. It's about who owns the Benjamin. And Prince Tamba said, listen, I love my reputation. I'm from the African Development Bank. I can go back there quietly. But Roland Guinea is saying he cannot work with Prince Tamba. Mr. Duarte, let's end this conversation. It's a developing story. It's huge. Ministers in this government, they are angry with Roland Guinea. Some of them approach him already. And Roland Guinea, he's saying that he cannot work with Prince Tamba under no condition. He should call the shot. He should make the decision. And the bucks stop with him. Mr. Duarte and the peoples.
Stanton, I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm going to tell a quick story. I don't want to use the military, but I'm forced to use it. There is something called mission accomplishment and troop welfare. And there is a third component if you work in an organization. It's called unit cohesion. If a department within that organization is not functional, I used to work for Raytheon, and we will do these massive proposals. Some of these proposals are $1.5 billion. And sometimes if I'm the lead on the proposal and I'm writing that proposal, we are competing with Lockheed Martin, the marketing or HR not doing their job properly and they're fighting over there. Me completing my proposal is affected. Whatever happens at public work affects the entire organization. So if there's a cohesion, dissolution of the unit cohesion of that organization, you cannot achieve the mission accomplishment, which is the primary objective of any government. What is the mission of this country? Do these ministers understand the mission of this country? Your boss is spoken, and you got the balls to write back, and he said, "They may not going. That me going. Now where are you coming from? This is not something we should be even talking about. They're not playing yet. People's lives, like Brother Kennedy said, real lives are at stake with the decision that you make." And the more we delay the consequences or the direction or the action of these decisions, people in Wapalu County have direct effect to their lives. And we don't understand the gravity of what is at stake. This is why we continue to suffer. This is the country we've gotten. I don't know if I continue to play around. You have a minister renting back to the president. And when I will get $6,000 in DNA. Liberian people, that $6,000 is in addition to his monthly salary.
The salary, yep. Uncle Sam, talk to us, Uncle Sam.
So, my Liberian people, my Bassa people, my Kru people, my Loma people, the 16 tribes, they think all the rescue operation that go on in this country here. They think all the rescue. They think what they're both doing. Chacha wana nweke. Omo gomna, omo gomna do. They think they're like a serious government. The chacha one I can wear chake. My basa people, let me tell you. Baba in Yakwita and Geta. Chacha one I can wear chake. Omo gomna do. Come on, gomna can wear. Minister, what the chair. Come on, the president, okay, we check about the also new move, eh? Then again, it doesn't make any sense. Look, I was opposed to the election of the rescue team, but the Liberian people, 21,000 plus a year. Okay, so no problem. So immediately after the rescue team came, but before they even came, they started to steal, cheat, lie, exaggerate, and you ask the rescue team in the 8 months that they've been there, what has been the impact on your life?
What was the topic again?
The helmet.
What are you supposed to be responding to?
Hey, man, leave me alone.
You're wasting our time. Respond to the issue.
Glendy, let him use his time. Because this is our last topic. Let him use his time, please.
The helmet. What they say, everybody, they figure that out. That Fiamumu, everything they do, that's also Fiamumu. The Minister of Public Works, he challenging the president. That serious government there. Malabron people, my basa, then I'm a gomna, I say gomnado. I'm a chacha, one in chacha, I end that conversation.
Thank you very much. Again, let's use our time wisely because we'll be closing the show in 5 minutes. We appreciate you. And after this round, we'll go to the question because I want to ask you about Roland Guinness. Insubordination to the president decision is serious. It's not only him. Let me bring in Sister Fatima. Talk to us.
I just wanted to say something. You know, I believe that as we individuals in the country come to conclusions about things and the president does not reach the same conclusions. Most times he will have other people in there, not because we radio host or people around the country. He uses careful standards. He wants to be able to do, to make decisions will represent him. For us to all just sit here, and say, oh, why he didn't do this or why he didn't do that, I think we need to wait for him to make these decisions, and he will choose his own time. And he would. I'm not saying there is no rush to what we are doing, but
yeah, talk about public work and Roland Guinness. Is that how you're using your time?
Yeah.
Okay.
He uses different standards. He uses.
You can be biased when you won't be biased. You won't ask Uncle Sam with the woman talking, and you're asking us to use.
He's Uncle Sam to use whatever time he wanted, but that's it.
I'm asking a question. She got to speak. Don't interrupt, please.
Glenn, you're not moderator.
Yeah, you're not moderator. That was one moderator at a time. That way you would never be moderator.
Man.
Most times
you got 30 seconds, Fatima.
Yeah, no problem. Most times we seem to have this urgency and we want the president to act now. He's the president of the country. He needs to look at all sides. He has advisors and people that he will sit down with. He will make these hard decisions and we'll wait and make sure that the president makes the decision. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, Fatima. Paul Kennedy, the issue with Roland Guinness' letter being so clear, subordinate reply, disregard to who the president calls Sylvester Gracebait again to just put it up and say, it is with the prerogative of the president, Mr. Minister. Don't forget. I mean, what say you?
Senator, what I didn't see in Sylvester Grigsby's letter, although the tone was very authoritative, actually just telling Roland what he felt was not within his purview. What I didn't see in this letter was the notion that that Roland was being disrespectful to the president. Now, we need to be careful. Roland is depending on something. You and I may not know what he's depending on, but for a sitting minister to look at a deputy minister, both of you primary hold the same position. It's like somebody is just deputizing another. And the both of you were appointed by the president. The president sends a letter to say, listen, I want the deputy minister to come with me. And you, the minister proper, say, no, I am delegating responsibility to this deputy minister here. So he's not going to accompany you, the president. I instead will make myself available. There is something Roland Giddings is depending on that we may not be privy to. So until I can see, what information Tamar is providing as of the reason why Roland is doing what he's doing, I will leave the ball to the both of them to play. They are both ministers, and if the president feels their loggerheadedness is interfering with his function, just like Fatima said, the president will take decisions. But up to this moment, I'm not sure that it has bothered the president.
No, it is. It is bothering the president. And again, you are quite correct. You are not privy to some of this information. I will try my best to share what I can share with you guys. All right. It's not our sources out there send us this information because even as they almost got into a face fight, and we just don't want another situation like LDEA. The place is a hot zone. The chairman, I don't talk to you, going for meetings and everybody doing their own things. It's concerning. And that's why we flag these different issues. But Mr. Dr. Rudolph Poplet, talk to us, sir.
Stanton, the first part of this situation already been discussed. But the second part, you go from the minister replacing or proposing to replace his deputy, and then the minister of state said, okay, the two of you approved. So now you go from one person on a trip to two persons on a trip. Can I tell you that there's no CT scan at JFK and you have to go to Jamali and pay a whole lot of money? Can I tell you that JFK is a private public hospital? Seems to be something startling here. The president was elected by the people. How come the people are not being represented, advocated for, and fought for by their representative? Senator Snow came on their show and said he's being paid less money. He needs more. I went to his county. It's pathetic. The people are suffering. But the representative said he needs more money. There is something going, there's a disconnect between the people who are supposed to be leading us and those of us who are being led. The trips are too many. The delegations are too large. That's money that should go directly to public school and health sectors. The president needs to set a cap. 2 people, 5 people, use our ambassadors more. We're in a time of austerity. How come you running the country like we rich and just bushy? The president got to act, man. This thing going the wrong way. It's time to get hold of this ship.
You said what? It's time to get what? You said
a hold of the ship of state.
I thought you said something else.
They made a revenue.
I know the man revenue, but I thought the man called sugar, honey, iced tea over here. But thank you, Dr. Boblet.
But they said Jesus said cost in the temple, so what?
No, Jesus Christ just turned water into wine, it cost.
Go to church. Go to church on Sunday.
You better flog the people in the temple.
Go to church.
Oh man, go ahead.
So wait, are we closing?
Yeah, we're making this as part of our closing. We ought to hear about 7 though. Dama got to go home. We got to go to our lovely wife. We are married and husband. If nobody here get a husband, so the men ain't got to go to
7 already. 7:02.
Even
the
better.
men gotta go.
Even
The men
better.
gotta go to
For us,
Even
the men gotta go to the wife, the
Yeah,
married,
Yes.
and the person who got no husband, they gotta go under the cool sheet.
You will turn tired. You will turn
And
tired.
temperature dropping. Temperature dropping.
You will turn tired.
You see the way you hit that coming? But go ahead, Abba.
Okay, so I gotta share with you. Somebody text me this, and it speaks directly to the point that Dr. Proplet here made. They said, on to next topic, I will use the analogy of a competitive game played by many people. If the referee doesn't start calling those fouls, players tempers with flair, and the next thing you know, there's an all-out brawl. The president must issue some yellow and red cards. So essentially, this person is saying the president got to make decisions. I've been saying the president got to make decisions. And maybe Fatima is saying because people are saying, or because Spoon's saying the president, no, the president should make
decisions. Everything I can was saying. Fatima will get back. Every day I cry, I will say it.
The president make
It does
decisions
not bother me.
based on the urgency of the situation and how, like I said before, it could be distractive to him. If these things are not distractive and government running smooth and everything's going fine, okay. But we obviously see some things are not smooth. You know, I don't know that there was a second letter from what's his name? From Minister Giddings, because I saw the letter 15 on the August 15 authorizing Prince Tamba that he'll go on a trip. I saw the letter on the 26th with Giddings saying, look, Mr. Finance, Acting Finance Minister, they may not go in, I'm going. Then I saw Grace letter on the 28th of August saying, look, the two of y'all going. So I don't know whether there was a subsequent letter from Giddings saying, look, the other decision announcing I don't go in again. So sometimes if you have that other letter, please share it, because I don't know. But the point is, there's too much hala between the troops. The general got to make some decisions. If some people can work together, get rid of the person who's dispensable. Because look, you need your team to be on the same page where you guys got to have a shared vision and you guys got to work together. Because like Dwalu said, there's something called dependencies where one person work. If it's done right, it makes the way for the next person to do their job. Whether it's the roads being rightly done for it to open up the economic corridor for more things to happen, you know, for the transportation, people to be able to bring new buses and stuff that can ply, you know, decent paved road or whatever. Dependencies exist in government, and government cannot operate in silos. The people have to work together. If they don't understand that, then the president got to find people who can work together. Because if they can't work together, everybody got their own little fiefdom that they're operating from. There will be no positive output from this government. So they need to consider that. Then the other thing is on this whole rescue team, the people can say rescue. What the rescue objective was to get rid of George Weah. I don't know that the rescue team promised this new Liberia or this heavenly Liberia, and whether they laid out how they were going to accomplish it. So the people were getting people space. The people don't do what they're supposed to do.
So just to move Joya.
Come back to you. Let the other people, Uncle Sam, let all people talk. Sister Glennie, talk to us.
I wrote down my points because I don't want to misspeak. And I want to be emphatically clear about what I'm going to say. I disagree with every single one of you here tonight. Everybody. The first thing is, and I want to first start with Paul, deputy and proper minister that are in the same position. There's a minister proper and there's a deputy. So for Paul to say that the deputy minister and the minister, they're almost holding the same position, that's not true. If they were, then there would be two ministers of public work. But there's not three. There's one minister of public work and one deputy. And there can be no harmony if a deputy is not working along with his minister, and if the minister is not working along with the deputy. There may be other things that's underneath this story that we're not hearing, and we're not understanding it, and we're being reactive to what we're hearing. Number two, Sylvester Grisby, if you're writing a minister, you don't write the deputy, you write the boss and say your minister has been approved. The president wants your minister to go. How is it that you're leaving the minister out and you're not involving him in the conversation or the communication and you're writing the deputy? Is that not undermining the boss? I see it differently. If Roland Giddings is the minister proper, then that letter should have come to, it should have been copied, he should have been copied, or the letter should have been addressed to him and say, the president wants your deputy to go with him so and so place. You don't leave him out. Some of you have been bosses before. How did that work? How did that work? That they will go and tell your deputy and don't tell you and leave you out of the conversation and you think that's okay? That's not how it's run. When someone is your supervisor, you must acknowledge them. And Sylvester Grisby should know better. You can't go write the deputy and leave the minister out. I think that was wrong. And of course, the people that they're not working along together. And don't forget, This deputy minister is the one that has the engineering degree. Have we thought to dig deeper that maybe he's thinking that he should be the proper minister and not getting because he doesn't have the degree? I want to disagree with everybody here. I want to be very clear on my disagreement. I think that letter of him wanting, the president can say whoever he wants to go, hey, can he send me letters so I can follow you on a next trip? But if there's a minister in charge, the minister must be informed that I want the deputy to come with me so that he can be a part of that decision. You don't leave the supervisor out.
Thank you, Glendy.
No, let me finish.
Thank you.
And if the
Let's get a few more seconds, please.
Oh, give me a few seconds.
Glendy, yeah, that was it. Get a few more seconds.
Thank you very much. Acknowledge me, sir. So when the minister, when the deputy is saying that he can't work along with the minister or he can go back to his old job, sir, please go back to your old job because there will not be harmony. The two of you, clearly you can't work together. You cannot undermine your boss in any office. That's how I see it.
Thank you very much, Glendy. Alcido, you want to come in?
So, you get your home, you tell your child, say, go and take it. Child say, no, I'm taking it. Is that a serious home? That's not a serious home. Like, no, hey, no, tea. The child say, I'm going so. The man say, don't go so. The pastor say, come so. It's just like people living place with God. You know, what is the matter with this sham thing that they used to call rescue? Like, sometimes I can get so tired talking about. We should be discussing the country. That's the reason why United Party supporters don't come up here to defend the achievements of the government. They don't defend achievement because no achievement there. Instead of us discussing where the country at, we're discussing all of these totalus kind of a thing, like people in K1, K2. It's just crazy. Listen, I mean, the people didn't make President Boubacar president because they knew that he would be president. They only made him president for all of them to be president. Yes, there is one thing I will agree with here. Listen, deputies are there assisting the minister proper. In my mind, if a deputy is being asked to do something, the minister proper should know. Because the minister proper could call the deputy anytime and say, oh, do this. Why if he comes and then the person is not in the office? So it is a good thing for the minister proper to know. But then on the other hand, then, you know, we who from the South, cities that don't know book now, the people from the UP know, they don't want to know all the book that only F in their head. So the small thing they say, unless it is something to be a crime, if your boss asks you to do something that is not a crime, you do the thing, later you engage your boss. We from the citizen that ain't no book, that's what they say. But when you directly challenge your boss, say, no, I won't do it, then it is a different thing. It's like the president controls the government. Yeah, the minister should know, but the president always say, deputy can't go. Minister say, no, you going nowhere. Okay. I mean, what are these people doing? Are these book people, they know book too much until the book falling down off their hair, man. The book not sitting down in the hair no more. So they're just doing Yamaskata, no hair, no tail, like very unserious people. Let the guys put themselves together. They discuss the country. We tired discussing confusion between people. Oh, yeah, they're not a play government they're running here. It's a serious country, man.
Again, I want to thank you, Alcido. Thank you very much for your opinion. I want to say thanks to all of you. We want to just appreciate your time on Spoon Talk tonight. I want to appreciate you greatly for joining us, for being part of this network. It's troubling. And Dr. Boble said it right. You have two ministers from the same ministry going on a trip just to please both of them. Spending a lot of money. A lot of money. Let's go to the letter and see how much was spent for Prince Tamba on that trip. I hope I can find the letter. Yes, the letter. Okay, so this is Prince Tamba. Total $6,294. Yes, indeed, Prince Tamba went on the trip because he couldn't find a solution. Paul Kennedy, $62.94. Let's find because Roland Guinness also went on the trip now. They make that adjustment. You two of your 14, I will bring two of your bigger. I want no noise. Let me put Roland Guinness on the trip money up. Eduardo, you ready for it? Belgian China, $9,106.26.
I got a question.
Excuse me? Who's
What if
speaking?
you went to me on a trip to China?
But wait now, Eduardo. Let me finish doing my own talking, brother.
Sorry.
Okay. So there you have it. For the two ministers, can we at least tell the Liberian people that the government spent over 15,000? Over 15,000. That's Roland Guinness. I want you to take a picture, and I want you to see where we are. Seriously speaking. Roland Guinness said, I must go on the trip. Prince Tamba, the president want Prince Tamba. They can't get along. Not at all. So the Liberian people will suffer. Accommodation per them, 7 days incidental allowance, DSA, ticket. The man flew on business class. Is it the law? Is it part of the law that Roland Guinness should fly on business class? You can decide. But I want you to see this, and this is everyday trouble. That when we come because of relationship and friendship, and we just try to bury something, there's some troubled waters, folks. We're about to sink, and we will sink very, very, very fast. Can we mute, please? So I really want to say this to you, my fellow Liberian. I really want you to understand. The first takeaway is the deputy minister around 600 and change. The minister corporal now 100 and change. Now you see what we're getting now. 6,000. 6,000 and 9,000.
But getting is detailed. Tama is not detailed. And the both of them doing the same business class.
Granny, we shouldn't interrupt. We'll come to you, man. I beg you. We shouldn't. I beg you. We'll come to you. Let me just make this point.
You're talking while you're talking, so that's what I'm talking to.
Okay, Glennie, then hold on now. So let me go back to say to everybody listening to us tonight. Whether, and that will be our tomorrow discussion, the expert travel, Rose Finda. I put her picture up. I talked about her the other day. When the ticket price is $1, the woman can carry it to $10. Because she have a religious relationship, personal, some kind of relationship with Sylvester Graceby. I'm not going there, but I want to leave it like that. I want to talk about the other travel agency that belong to another government official. They are using different kind of travel agency. The operation within this government is scary. The only person I can turn to, the only person I can send the information to is my president, Jose Yuma Bwaka. If it take 3 years, it will be a detrimental 3 years. But Dr. Boble, how on earth must you take the deputy minister and the minister proper and spend over 15,000? I mean, how scary it is from the government amount that because of DSA, everybody travel every single day. Everybody want to be on the trip. So please, guys, please, I'm begging you. Diamond Brady got to go home because Nelson is running late. Let's do 1 minute and include it in your closing. I will watch your time and I will stop you because we're begging you, please. Mr. Dwalu and the people, go ahead. Have you say?
I was saying very quickly. Liberian people understand this. They were spending $270 per night to stay in the hotel. From the get-go, from the beginning, the government were only willing to take one person, so the other person was not entirely needed. They didn't need the other person to go. They accommodated that person because the Liberian government has money. I wrote something on my Facebook page today. Stanton, if you take this down for me, I appreciate it. And this is what I wrote on my Facebook page. Liberia just got a loan for $210 million. I personally believe we do not need that money because we do have a lot of money in the country that we don't know what to do with the money. The money, Liberia, there's so much plenty of money, we don't even know what to do with the money. So we just spend the money any kind of flack at way. This government cannot do us like this. Before I go, I'm going to say this. The entire operational budget for education for Grand Cape County has not amounted to $15,000 for the entire 9 months President Bwaka has been in power. Let me repeat. The entire operation budget for Grand Cayman County Educational Fund has now grown to $15,000. We spent that for 2 men to go on a trip that they didn't need to go on. What we do to us kills us. This is not okay, Mr. President. We are begging you. We must change course if this rescue mission is truly going to rescue our people. This is not right. This is not necessary. We are taking the budget. The lion's share of our people's budget is going to expenditure that we do not need, that adds absolutely nothing to the people. How is it acceptable? Uncle Sam is right. The direction we are doing.
1 minute. Thank you. You speak in Chinese. Thank you. But man, don't leave us. Let's close together. You speak your Chinese, that's your business. Uncle Sam, please don't speak Chinese too. Talk to us, Uncle Sam. 1 minute.
A rescue nagamo be anima jemu anima donjon mu wakema de aza ke wase a jemu so zani wase a donjon mu da wani nwanga wani wa packet ni awake wani wa packet yo ga rescue age da wani nwe minister so wa mu age channel mu. So Minister of Negara, Momo Negara Mumu, K. Ghana, the Bofna, Muga, the Mashaka Muga, or the Wuchile, K. or that, Zemwe, so now you got a bomb where be some them went. So 2 years ago, 2 years ago, because the president can make decision, the Minister of State, who is in the president's stead. He says, since the 2 of you fighting, and since I can't make no decision to have 2 of you feeling, to have one person feeling, so this is not governance.
Thank you, Uncle
This
Sam.
is like a kindergarten school.
Your 1 minute is
They
up, Uncle Sam.
vote in their numbers to see the repetition
Uncle
of
Sam,
the
thank you.
nonsensical ashtray that have been
Uncle
happening
Sam.
in Nigeria for 177 years.
Thank you.
To
Thank you, Uncle Sam. We
continue.
gotta go. Your 1 minute is
This
up.
is
Thank you
not
very
a
much.
rescue. This
Thank you
is
very
a
much, Uncle Sam. Sorry that I have to mute you. I want to bring Sister Beno in. Talk to us, Fatima Bintu. Talk to us, please.
I think it was a good show. I thank all of the panelists for your views and your observations. It only helps the Liberian government. I thank the viewers for, being critical and writing whatever they write. Yeah, thank you for coming. Because of you, we come every day to educate our people to make informed decisions. Thank you for Spoon Network. Yeah, thank you for your viewership and for your participation via telephone or via, the messages that you sent. But ultimately, Liberia is what all of us are connected to. It's our country. We love her dearly and deeply. A lot of people on this platform have worked in the Liberian government. Some of them have succeeded in doing, whatever they wanted with the Liberian government. This is a new sheriff in town. My people, let's give the president a chance to do his work. In Joseph Boakai government, you will not write 25-page paperwork for $25,000. Abe mana, abe launa, abe abi fair na abe mana, abe afana woye. Woman la kemu moko ani to nania ani fania fwa woye ani wani kaikwa to jaw. Kaikwa ko be na mana mo aboye akwa. Wo mu simu ya fe mu bunu mu bo si akọ. Okay, wo mu bo si akọ kemu mo aboye lo nyam. Just about will face the country. It will take a collective effort. All of the criticism, the constructive criticism is working. It's working. The president is not a fool. He equally loves Liberia. He could have been sitting there and passing around with his wife somewhere, enjoying his old age. But he became president because he wants to make a difference. He's a legacy leader. So my people, y'all, thank you for watching us every day. I know you'll say I praise sing, I'm Muslim, I don't know how to praise sing, but I will defend the president because I believe in his agenda. I believe in what he's doing. And I sat with him on Sunday and we spoke one-on-one. And what he said to me, I believe him. I believe this person is going to change this country with everything. It takes a collective effort, each and every one of us, for us to come together on the table to make sure our country moves forward. So yeah, thank you every day for coming. Yeah, thank you for keeping us honest. Continue to watch Spoon, continue to share our show, and continue to do what's best for Liberia, because this network serves Liberia and gives our people the opportunity to make informed decisions. Thank you so much for watching. God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you, Fatima. Thank you very much. I'm going to bring Glenny in. I'll just finish with our sisters because they got to go and tend to their homes. They are
when your husband again, you want to go, you definitely tell him when your husband is there, attend to home. So what home am I going to attend to? I'm going to attend to home. I'm going to take shower and go to bed. Me, I get husband. Just thought the story that but
talk
anyway,
to us, please. You get your 1 minute.
It was a great show. It's good that we always have issues to come and discuss. I think there's more to the story about public works, but if I was the minister, it would be difficult for me to have a deputy that I cannot work with when we don't see eye to eye and we disagree. We have two chiefs in a town. It's going to be difficult. One person feeling that they overqualified and they should have the position more than the other person. That cannot work. I want to agree with Uncle Sam that Sylvester Graceway should have been the bigger one, the wiser one, to make the decision and say, since y'all can't agree, the two of y'all not going. And then the two of them stay. But I think if he may have told Tama, you can't go, and Tama said, no, I got to go. And then and also Roland being the minister said, I want to be the one to go. But I think this is good. It's a good good dynamics going on, the fact that we're able to discuss these things. And perhaps the president, when he returns, all of the things we've been talking about, we'll be able to see some of the changes and we're able to see some action so we can move on from some stories. So great show, great being here. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you, Glendy. So I received 2 calls. We will not be speaking about that. Somebody said, what Fatima said, she was accusing somebody of bloody lie. Fire. They say in Bandigo mean lies. But anyway, whatever it, you know, because we do not understand it would be fair to speak our Kodokwa English here, and you know, and take away our dollar. When we open the dollar line, right, you can speak all your tribe. Uncle Sam, don't speak Basoya. When we open the line to speak your dollar,
I want to hide it.
No, hold on, Mama. I know everybody.
Let people lie to you about the government. I said the president is working.
They didn't understand you. They didn't understand you.
Our people, you keep my can't speak English. That's why I said it for. But you don't want me to speak VAR, no problem.
Well, I love you when you speak VAR. You shine, you glow, you look more pretty for AB. So you can speak VAR.
You will speak VAR for 6 years. 6 years you'll be speaking VAR.
Now you don't want to so tell you speaking VAR, so because the vampire and now win one election.
Let's go ahead. How about talk to us, yeah?
You will talk tired, Mama. You will talk tired. You will talk tired.
The same way St. Jackson was crying behind some people then who use his quote-unquote word "woman." St. Jackson, stop trying to follow Fatima. She want to relay her message to the VAR people. Let her do it.
Ask for Basa first.
My man, stop, man. I hear you speaking no Basa first. Anyway.
But what were you? You did. You spoke Basa first. What were you?
I spoke Basa first. He always against me.
No. In general,
on the show. Yeah,
tonight he spoke first. He spoke first. But I'm saying, in terms of historically, if we look at
every day, Fatima. Yeah, every day.
Thank you. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
So I want to ask Edo to be here. He in the back. I want the other one to ask him. He keeps saying President Burger that the head of the cartel, right? So by analogy, can we say Tweah was the head of the cartel when the CDC government was in power?
He's still the head of the cartel for CDC.
Hey!
But I said, do your closing, man. Leave the question business alone. All right. Do your closing.
I want different flip to my closing. You know, it got to do a little bit with Abdullah heritage and culture suggestion. I don't know whether that program was implemented at all. My man, I 1.6%, and that's small percent. You know, some people can get 0. Look, the president recently announced about the Liberia Diaspora annual return for 2024, right? and it's going to be later this year, like the month of December. And the goal is for, us in the diaspora to try to reconnect, because there are many people, like me in the diaspora, go back and forth, but many people have not gone back to Liberia. So this is an avenue for them to start to reconnect in a different way, in a spiritual way, reunite with people, really bring Liberians together, because we need that. We need that ground and diaspora connection, whether some people like it or not, because that's the only thing that can really restore real hope for a better future. Because integrating the resources from the diaspora, like Dwalu and myself been trying to build this thing and see how we can get and drive investment and development initiative in Liberia, is necessary. So Abdullah's suggestion about heritage and culture is very important, especially involving the young people. So those who are implementing this Liberian diaspora annual return, they should incorporate that particular stuff into it. No, I want to talk about fraud, waste, and abuse. Can I talk about fraud, waste, and abuse?
We just get 1 minute, Ava, please. Thank you.
All right, 1 minute, 1 minute.
No,
People
we're
need to
finished.
look
We're
at
done
these
with you.
situations.
No, you finished with your 1 minute, brother. You finished with your 1 minute.
Okay.
Let me bring in
All right.
Dr. Beauclerc. That the only thing is that Dr. Beauclerc, I need to make the correction real quick. Everybody out there said Mr. Cummings have 1%. I need to announce this over and over. I will do this for 1 week or 1 month straight. Mr. Cummings deserves better. Mr. Cummings, during the election on the CPP, he obtained 29,613 votes, bringing him to 1.61%. You cannot carry on the story that you have only 1%. Please be respectful. Please appreciate the effort. Please accept the fact that for all the 6 years, Mr. Cummings, on election day, when the result was announced, Mr. Cummings obtained 1.61%, not 1%. I hope you hear me and you hear me well, please. Thank you, folks. Dr. Beauclerc.
So we're making 2 minute trips, and we're carrying 2 million people. And then we come back. Oftentimes we say the trip was fruitful and rewarding. We don't see the fruits, and we don't know who get the rewards. I would encourage our president to trade some of those trips for trash trucks. So we clean the city, we're healthier, and we put some of these locals to work. I've never been president of a country, but I've been in leadership most of my adult life. One of the things I find is that whenever I procrastinate on matters that are important, things go from bad to worse. So acting swiftly and in a timely manner averts a lot of potential future problems. And this thing about listening to Spoon and the person is not going to listen to Spoon, leaders listen. Good leaders listen. Spoon is part of Liberia. We're all Liberians here. And if I were in leadership, I always try to listen, see what you can learn, because nobody has a monopoly of wisdom. So our president should listen, and I hope he continues to listen and he will act. I believe he will. He has to, or this thing's going to go from bad to worse. But I believe it's going to get better, because he's going to come home and he's going to start to take, and we're hoping for that.
Thank you, Dr. Beauclerc. Paul Kennedy, take us home.
It's been a good show. Let me just go back on the Giddings and Tamba issue. It is not uncommon for 2 ministers or high-ranking officials at an institution to travel on the same trip. So let's make that clear, especially considering that the minister in this situation is a policy aspect, and then the deputy is the technical person, and they were going to Beijing to talk about development, considering they are traveling with the president whose agenda is rules. So let's make that clear. I'm in no close position to speak on behalf of this unity party government, But just from an administrative perspective, it was not a wrong thing for the minister proper and the deputy minister, both of them, to travel, because they could have been having side meetings, and one of them was the technical oversight, could really delve into MOUs and other things. But then when it comes to the insubordination stuff, I said it and I'll say it again. When Grisby wrote that letter, Grisby wrote to Giddings, and that letter did not infer to me that Giddings' action was wrongly taken by Grisby, or Grisby will have mentioned it in the letter. What Grisby did in the letter, of course, he raised his voice and said, listen, it's the president's prerogative to decide who travels with him and who does not. So Tama is going. Liberia is getting crumbled into the politics. And what I mean by this is we are running out of time. Our people are stranded. They need help. Today I saw a lot of Zogos sleeping in graves in the Vera graveyard. Those things need immediate intervention, and the government needs to act on that. All this ring my roll, two ministers don't want to see eye to eye. It's really irrelevant. Regardless of who's right, who's wrong, the both of them should know better. I'm the president, I'm going to let all of them go. I don't even care who's sitting where. Because to even be at conflict with somebody who's supposed to be supporting you to complete the president's agenda, I think, in itself is an honor mine to the president. So, but like I said, I don't know what Giddings is depending on. The both of them will be depending on something for them to be making the kind of decisions they are making, especially when it comes to what the president of the republic wants them to do. We thank the audience that have always followed Spoon. Like Stanton always said, most of the things we say here may not be what you want to hear, but that's our opinion. Each is its own, according to Stanton. So whatever I say is the way I see things. And the beauty of Spoon is you have all these panelists who will look at things from their own perspective and put it out to you. Like, people, you also have your own view. You should be looking at it and seeing it. I am not a mentor on public policy here. So I beg you, sometimes I say things that Glenda will come with stick and try to knock my head. Fatima there, just looking at me on her eye, but you are the leading president. You just talked with the president day before yesterday, Fatima. So you should be the one telling us what to do on this platform, right? But I think it was a good show, and we're looking forward to coming back here tomorrow.
You mention my name and be satisfied.
I know, but you are my Babulu sister. I don't know where you're from. You say you're from Babulu. Sometimes you're from Kema. Sometimes you're from, I don't know, Clara.
Don't get her started.
But she interrupted.
Yeah, Paul, don't get her started at baking you.
Yeah. Look at the other one. Listen, you gotta respect the woman. She will talk with the president, even choke the old man.
Okay.
You will catch anybody for violation at all.
Paul, want to say thank you very much. I want to say thanks to all of you for watching Spoon Talk. Thanks for joining us. It's been a wonderful time. We've been with you since 3 hours, 37 minutes, a long time. We want to say thank you. Come back again tomorrow. We got more new developments for you. Again, everybody, don't forget, tomorrow is the Spoon Business. Don't forget, Dr. Richardson, Madam Titi, the CEO, will be here with their folks that will be on the show. We will be having a wonderful show on Sunday, speaking to our Karis Mose Gray. I got a breaking news for you into the, let me hold that because again, somebody will say, well, Stanton love to say it. But just to say though, the New York trip alone was over 50 individual, 50 individual. We got the names, we got the amount that they were paid, those that came, the DSA they received. All right, over 50 individual came. Again, the New York UNG is over tomorrow, is done. Everybody got to go home now and try to boost.
All of them will go visit their family.
I think I called out 50 in the wrong direction. When I said China was 50, but I was wrong. China was 37. But then, when I called it 50, I was wrong for
China. It was New York. Again, I just want to say thank you very much for trusting and believing us. We wish you a wonderful Thursday evening. Glenny, you got nobody to go to. Just go on Facebook. They're waiting for
Fatima,
you.
you know I gotta call your name. You don't want my sister yet.
Fatima.
Say you came back from South Africa, you're
what you need a woman business for? What you go home with?
Uncle said, don't worry about it, man. I can't say I get man. That's a bad thing. I like it. When you want me to do tattoo with it, no man, clean it with no man, I will put it there. I don't worry about it. Baby, how your birthday, my child?
Super, mommy.
You can call Baby in the corner of your talk. But let me say this: it's very.
Making Tweah Arab for any man who want Glenn will advertise that.
Look at my trouble.
There are requirements. You gotta be first of all making 150,000. If you're not making that money, don't waste your time. You're not really there yet.
Let me say something to you, Paul. Let me say this, right? I would jealously protect the women on this show, especially the single women.
That's so
especially the single women. Because I feel the pain.
Look at
the man speaking on behalf of you, man. You're leading man like you talk.
Hey, he get drafted. Who pees?
Wait now, we're not close the show, right?
Let him talk.
150,000. You must have your own house. You must have this job.
I will say this.
What happened here? You in the market?
I will say this. You ask why you're delayed. Second, your internet is delayed. I will say this, right? The single women on our show, me, by the grace of God, I will protect them. I will protect them with everything in me because it is important. It is important.
Amen.
I feel the pain.
So you promise to never gossip about them when you're not here?
But let me do my 1 second speech. I beg you. I will not gossip about them. Yeah, I feel the pain. This is, but when I'm finished, this is what we do on the show when it comes to the single women. It's a way of refreshment and releasing the stress. When we come on the show, you got to understand, right? The children gone. If you go to Fatima house right now, Fatima house
the empty sound.
You know that empty sound. Wait. You know, when we were small, we came from school and nobody to the house, no food, nothing. Then you hear the small, that quiet music playing. Fatima whole house. If you ask Fatima, she doesn't want to show the
How you know?
Wait. Fatima whole house doing.
That's the boiler. That's the boiler sounding so the air conditioner boiler that ain't turning. You can be waiting at the. You can be waiting at the door. Yeah.
Fatima entering your house, she's scared because there's nobody but she alone.
Every sound.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, Dr. Bobla. You're a Christian, you're a reverend. Go ahead, don't be part of it wrong.
Good night.
Don't be part of it wrong, you're a Christian.
Every sound.
No, but Glenn,
that's serious.
Don't say you are connected. People have been sending me in bad stuff. So I just need to know.
That's seriously what they're talking, man.
Let me finish. On a serious note, right? If you enter Fatima house,
you're not here before.
I will leave that one will go.
Oh yeah, it came my birthday.
Talking to
if you enter Fatima house, right? And you go in the back, right? The whole place is so quiet. You can feel that maybe you enter somewhere that the spirit just woke up.
The gray
Fatima can be so scared to even go upstairs in your house. That's what I'm saying. On a serious note, we gotta pray for Fatima. If you come to America, you get nowhere to stay. You can't spend time with Fatima house to entertain her.
Yeah, no.
If you just come to America, Fatima need a company. Papa, she used to go to the Florida and
When I try to help you find somebody, then you scare the for the work.
I do have a man. I just uncovered why he on Spoon TV. I do have a man. But I want to announce my name on Spoon.
Glenny.
Oh, Fatima.
Hold on, I beg you.
Yeah,
the puppet used to hold a walker, right? And you know the walker?
Come on, serious. The
puppet used to hold a walker, right, Glenny? Then the puppet went oxygen tube. Wait 1 minute. The puppet went oxygen tube, right? The tube used to be hanging. You know, inside the Mexican, Glenny, the portable one. It used to be hanging like a gold chain, like this. On the puppet, it used to be hanging like this on it. Then the long one would just go straight down into the machine in his bag because the portable auto machine in the bag. Then you get his walk up. So Fatima went to South Africa when she came back. The puppet passed away. The puppet said he couldn't win. So folks, I gotta go. I don't get in much trouble.
So I gotta go. Fatima, I got two Sase question. The first one. Did the puppet leave something in his will for you that can be attractive to?
I know the puppet gave Fatima something. No, wait. The puppet gave Fatima something. Hold on, let me go get it. She showed it me. It's how you call this thing that people can they play baseball and the ring, the championship ring.
And what money?
Oh yeah, a lot of money.
Fatima looking surprised.
He's trying to destroy my relationship with my man, and he's not even gonna listen to that thing. Yeah, go for the second
Yo, Fatima, you got 5 ways to go.
Most time when you say you got man, your eye can blink like you lying. Are you really telling the truth that you got man or you got man?
I do have a man.
No, she doesn't.
Your eye blink again.
I'm in a serious relationship.
She doesn't. I'm the only person, right? Can go through Fatima. I'm the only person can go through Fatima's cell phone. I'm the only person that know everything about Fatima because she's my sister. I can tell you right now, Fatima got nobody.
So how have been sexual?
You don't even know how to talk it.
I know she's starving.
You starving. How?
Fatima, that question I can't answer it, but you get nobody.
No, I'm telling you, just want to know. But me, I tell you, I got man. I got my man.
You play our man. You play our man. Your man on the show.
No, they want not in an argument. They say, see what level woman that is the power of feeling.
I got a man. I got a man.
Fatima says you get man.
I love him back. I am dangerously in love with him, but I can't share because CEO would just be on him 24/7. So I do have a man. Don't mind.
On the recent trip, you made. On the recent trip,
let me when I get man. I big.
Fatima.
Okay, so the man was there. The man was there before the puppy died or after the puppy died.
Question. Good question.
Because when you said dangerously, it scared me. That means
I'm not a man that I'm dangerously in love with. I swear.
That means there's something under the cover.
Yeah.
Fatima, you. One thing I respect you for among them all. You're a religious Muslim woman. I respect that. You fast. You pray.
Mm-hmm.
You do exactly what.
Get to the point.
What Muhammad asked you to do.
The Quran.
Yes.
Not Muhammad.
Well, okay, what the Quran asks you to do.
Go ahead.
So look in the camera, and based on your religion and your faith in the Quran, do you have a man? Yes or no?
I have a man. I seriously have a man.
A man relationship.
I'm just him from you.
Not your son.
You nosy.
I can't believe it. I can't believe
I swear, man. Seriously, I do have a man that I'm dangerously in love with, and he adores me and loves me back.
But your son. We're not talking about your son.
No, it would be shocking.
We are not talking about your son. We are not talking about your son.
I'm not talking about my son. I said I have a man.
No, that's not true.
Matter of fact, he's not really my man. He's my fiance.
That's where is he?
I can't
Where is
tell
he?
you.
Where is he?
I
We say.
cannot tell you.
Listen, this short trip you took to South Africa.
And you see other one.
Which state?
This short trip you took to South Africa.
They can tell the truth. The Liberian guy went to a hospital, 2 crates of water down from Sam Club. 2. He bought it $3.99, $3.99. When the guy got in the car, he left. She said, "Look at that one. That woman you can't look for." If you hear me now, let me say it. The man bought 2 crates of water, 4 spring water.
I'm not gonna tell you. Look, I don't think you will
the
look
man
at
came from
me
the car trunk, put the 2 water in the trailer, put it in your house. Wait, let me explain the story. The man put it in your house, right? When the man went by in the car, the man said, "Oh, I get it late for what?" You know what the guy said? "Look at that one. That woman, he can't look for you. You think I get time for you." That the man that you told me, I will call his name. I'm gonna call his name.
That was a friend. That man, I was a friend of my sister. It was not me.
Oh, okay. So,
I'm a man. You would be shocked if you find out. Isaac, let me tell you something. I'm talking about the real Isaac.
Wait.
Isaac, listen. Mark this thing down. If I have a man, and by the time you guys know him, it will be a shocker. I have a man, a serious man. We've been together for a year and a half.
Wow.
I'm just not telling. Because I'm not CEO. He was just.
So he didn't come to your birthday. He didn't come.
No,
to your
not at all.
He was not in country. He was not in country at the time. But he
No,
got me everything I wanted for the birthday.
Halloween will be around the corner, and there are some ghost men. So don't. When Fatima says she get married, don't argue it. Halloween, Mama, you go.
But that's seriously, I'm really happy for my sister Fatima.
No, Bebeti, no.
Baby saying it until we have something like that.
Because Bebeti not see me and a man.
In Liberia?
Yes. We went to visit Liberia together.
Are you bringing? Well, no. Get the thing clear. You bringing him from Liberia, or he already here?
Bringing him. I know that's not like an input.
I asked you a question. What wrong with input?
I said we went to visit Liberia together when I was running the campaign and stuff.
So you are telling us that AB could not pick on you and the man because AB could not pick you on. They can lie at her. Get away from her.
No. I said the second round.
No, man. No. You got to tell the
get shot.
AB could not pick on you for the airport and you can say that you're bad.
Somebody's gonna get shot in the process.
The real Isaac, listen to me and listen.
What are you calling in the real Isaac? What are you doing that?
The real Isaac, let me tell you something. I am a Muslim. I don't lie. I have a man.
I believe you.
All of y'all will be shocked. But I have a man. I'm not making
I believe you. I don't think you have a reason to lie. I believe you.
Why should I lie? I have a man. See, I'm in a serious, loving relationship with him.
Yeah,
like,
Isaac, with Fatima.
We have never seen him at any event. You are not at your birthday.
Look at the document I just received, right?
A picture not hanging up in your house.
We're not listening.
No, this is serious. And thank God we stay on the show. The government spent $202,592.30 USD on 20-man delegation to Texas. What they spent on ticket was $86,239 from expert travel. This information.
You know why ticket prices are high?
No, I'm not in a long distance relationship.
Higher when you buy them from
my boyfriend is a businessman.
Because you're not buying them cash.
Yeah, but you gotta understand. Let me say you.
The government holds sometimes 2-3 months before they pay.
Let me say you. I will put the document in our chat room, and then we'll discuss it more. But Sister Fatima, it's good that we just get to know that you get a man.
I have a man.
It's a good thing. Behave like you get one now. Stop floating around.
How was I not behaving?
Stop floating around. Yeah, man. You got a man. How dare you calling other people that man? Behave like you get one. Stop floating around, please.
Fatima
You may run away.
Yeah, no, I cannot tell her off.
You don't want to talk me up because you know you were about to laugh.
We love you,
I gotta go
Fatima.
to bed.
We love you. We love you.
I
You're
got-
the
I got
best.
work to
Thank
do.
you. Thank you, Paul
I got-
Kennedy. Paul, but you didn't answer. You and who went to China? You didn't answer.
I went to China alone. What are you talking about? Me,
And you came
I
back.
went there.
You came back with glasses. Thank you.
But man, I see you, man. Bye. Don't say anything from Fatima. Bring it up. Don't say anything from Fatima. Bring it to me.
Bye. Dama, Nelson, come on. Let's close the show. Thank you very much, Tweah. It's always good having you. Vadisaki, you late, my man. You just came on the show late. Dama, it's good seeing you, man. It's always good seeing you. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Thank you, folks. Good night.
All right, folks, good night. Spoon Talk returns tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you listening across the country, thank you so much for listening. 5 minutes up to 12 midnight. This is how we bid you farewell on behalf of the Spoon Talk team. Nelson Collet is going to be here with Late Night Politics on the Spoon Network. You can also listen to that as it affords you the opportunity to speak to issues pertinent to our country. On behalf of the entire team, it's a night for me. Bye-bye.